do 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 ba 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 ran. Ba 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 ran. Oh, my head itches. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the body light. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till blah, blah, blah. We're gonna rock around the Friday night. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we're gonna rock and boogie all night long. We're gonna boogie, 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 boogie. We're gonna boogie, we're gonna boogie. Woo! Hi, Stephen. Hello, Mary. Hello, my friend. Hello. Hello, my friend Mary and Stephen and Peggy.
How you doing in the UK?
Hello, friends. Hello, Lola.
Pismo Beach. I wish I was in Pismo Beach.
My kids are in Santa Barbara.
The Scouts, my dad's fine. He's really slow, low energy today, but
It's a hard day.
other than that, and it was a rough day. I think it was
Today
sundown,
is a
but
day you need patience. And when you don't have it, where do you find it? Can you go to CVS? Can you go to Walmart? Can you go to Target? Macy's, Nordstrom's? Let me know. Where do you find it?
I'm walking in
I'm
Memphis.
so tired, you guys. This is killing me, the lack of sleep. Hi, Barnes. Hello, Maria. I was
Good
out
morning,
today.
Kathy.
I was trying to rest, and I forgot my clip, so find it.
You find that's right. You got to find it
Oh,
deep,
Jake.
deep inside. You got to
How
reach.
deep is your
And you
patience?
pull it out just like you
How
always
deep
do.
is your patience? I really need to know, 'cause I'm struggling with the patience this week. Yes, I am.
Do you guys remember like
And we
3 weeks
all
ago
go
when
down
I
in
started
the
singing
flame.
and she kept saying like, I'm gonna get up and leave if you sing. Remember that? I mean, that's how fast things change. But then, you know, my beautiful, boisterous voice must have won her over because now she's singing.
I sing all the time. Stop acting like you've taken the singing and trying to copy me because I'm so amazing. And so you're thinking that singing is the way to go to get you views. But your singing is much different than my singing.
Yes, it is.
My singing
Happy Friday.
is a story of a lovely couple who are living with a father-in-law who has dementia and ADHD, and we are all struggling until one day anyhow. I know, Bonnie, and I'm so tired that my patience today is not there for him. And Dan came in and he said, I need you to find the patience in your soul. Jigdar, he used that too. He said, in your soul, that black soul you have, I need you to dig deeper and find it because
there are times
he is
when
having a bad day.
There's times when you can be a certain way as a caretaker, and then there's times when you have to recognize they're not having a good day, and they're scared or they're terrified. He was like that today, so we have to be able to suck it up and, you know, internalize our own frustrations at that moment, in those few moments, and they're not that often when he's really sundowning bad and really upset. And
Until one day the wife, when perimenopause, cannot find any patience in her soul, and she is struggling with lack of sleep, and she has none. Sorry, Dan's getting mad.
I don't know where the hell that's coming from.
This is what I do every morning. Do you not watch my
The
lives in
Brady
the
Bunch?
morning? Do you not watch my lives in the morning?
Mostly not. Only when I get texts.
This is what Dan says all the time. He says, oh my God, you don't watch my videos? Well, you don't watch my lives?
Okay, my videos are 1 minute. Your lives are 2 hours long.
No.
Every frickin' day.
It was an hour.
I post a minute
An
video
hour and
every other
19
day.
minutes today. It was under an hour yesterday. So what's your excuse now, big boy?
I'm sorry, I did an hour to sit there and listen to you sing the Brady Bunch.
Fupa, watch. Know who you're talking to, bruh. There was a conversation on YouTube this morning or this afternoon. I was reading it while I was trying to nap, but it didn't work. My hair's a mess, but I was trying to nap. And these women are like, I just don't know how Dan allows her to take care of that man. How cannot Dan see the evilness in her soul? I agree with you. She is just so short-tempered and so miserable. Why does Dan allow her to do that? No, GSR, do you pour the vodka on the watermelon and eat the watermelon? Or are you smushing the watermelon and then pouring the vodka in the juice? Hi, Reeves. Oh, I'm a nutcase? Thanks, Patricia. I love it. I'd rather be a nutcase than a boring nut. Blended watermelon with vodka. Got it. Who was better looking, Dan? Dan was better looking when he was younger.
I've never been better looking.
Dan was better. I was giving you a compliment. Dan was better looking when he was younger. I am better looking now. And that's okay. I can adjust to that. It's fine, honey. Just agree and carry on.
I'm fine. I thought you've always been much better looking, but that's all right.
It's my guy. Black soul and all. Cheers. Happy Friday to all of you guys that have made it through. Oh, cheers. Happy Friday to all of you that have made it through the week. And those of you who are struggling, well, I'm here too, struggling along with you. I could be evil. I'm not going to take that away.
Who y'all voting for? You know,
no,
it doesn't matter.
Don't go there.
I am going to be pushing the vote, not any particular way, but I am going to do an ad just telling people to vote, however you vote. I think it's really important, whatever side you're on, that you get out and you express yourself. Our country, we pick our leaders with such a small minority of people, it's ridiculous.
Oh, sorry, David.
And I'll get
Do
into
I
it.
get tired of taking care of...
Vote, no matter who you're voting for, vote.
Do I get tired of taking
Record
care
turnout.
of Dan's dad? I get tired of taking care of everybody. And yes, I do. This week, I have been tired of being a caregiver. Absolutely. Trolls, document that. 7 minutes and 47 seconds in, I said that. Dan's here. He witnessed it, and there you have it.
Get out and vote.
He's pushing the...
Vote.
My name is Vote, so you should vote twice. It should count as twice. Hi, Mom Tracy. How are you?
I think you can go to jail for that, but...
To voting twice?
Yeah.
How would they know? How would they know?
How do anybody know? But you get caught committing a crime, you go to jail.
Oh my gosh, you went back, Terry, in the ER after 6 months, and then you realize like what did I do? And exactly, how the hell did I do this for 20 years? Crap.
You went back to an ER nurse?
She's she's been retired for 6 months, and she went back to do a night shift because they needed help. And then she said, "What the fuck?"
How you doing in Iraq? We do not get a lot of comment. I don't know about viewers. We don't get a lot of commenters from Iraq.
You had a momentary lapse of judgment. I have not lost weight. No.
Christy, we don't talk politics on this channel. In general, I'm just telling people to vote. Whoever your person is, man or woman, whatever,
woman or
vote.
child,
vote.
Mammal, or what's the other opposite of a mammal?
I don't know what the opposite of a mammal is.
If you're not a mammal, what's an insect?
A reptile?
A reptile. You vote for whichever one you want. Flagpole, pan, frying pan, cast iron.
We go on vacations for 3 days. We get 3-day vacations. We went to Vegas. We also did Cabo. And I think we did 4 days in Cabo.
We did the 4 days.
4 whole days. So we get out. We're lucky caregivers. We have people that can step up and break us, and we have each other to get through the normal everyday grind. We have each other, and then we have great people to come. So we are very lucky.
We have each other. Yes. What are your hobbies aside from loving your wife and supporting her black soul? Somebody's asking what your hobbies are. other than helping your wife? What hobbies do you have?
I don't have any hobbies.
No.
I have no hobbies. I like collecting,
Coins,
I do like
stamps,
coins and old things.
baseball cards.
I like old things.
He likes a lot of shit that he collects that
I like
makes
old stuff.
you think I have junk. Everybody says. Is that Cody Davis? Cody
Yeah,
Davis?
Cody.
I
Hey,
see.
Cody.
Hey, bruh.
From Ep Grove.
You think I have junk? You guys open up any cabinets, any drawers in here, and all his junk is shoved in the junk that you think is what you see.
I do like to write. In fact, I tried today. In the middle of everything, I sat down and I'm working on something, but it's not turning into
Donna,
much.
Please remember that the
Unfortunately.
divorce was on a very famous, important day of April 1st. April 1st. April 1st is well known as April Fool's Day in the United States.
Eric, yes, you ask that every time. And
What?
I'll
What did
prove
Eric
it,
say?
Eric.
What did Eric
you
say?
asked if we had togos today. And
He did.
today.
By the way, Cody is a friend of ours. I'm very close to. I've known his wife ever since she was 3.
We're good, yeah.
Now, don't get me on started about his wife, but I've known her since she was 3. Yes, and they live close by.
Togos. Grandpa ate half of it.
Did you drive today?
I took him to Togos.
Oh, because you parked the car in the same exact
I
position as I
parked
parked
it so
it
that you
today.
can park. I'm very considerate. That
April
way.
1st is your anniversary.
I'm
Is that a joke?
unbelievably considerate.
Dan's
I-
always available in
As
Mexico.
I pulled
It
up,
just
where
depends.
would Danielle want me to park this car?
Not the way you parked it.
And that's right where I parked it.
Not the way you parked it.
So I parked it exactly like her, but apparently not good enough.
Okay, so
Not
I'm
good
gonna
enough.
I'm going to be starting the a new segment other than the TikTok. If you need me to buy it, I'll buy it. I'm going to do what you want me to eat within reason, like fast food. You guys think you have a great meal. Everybody
Email
wants me
me
to try
for
certain
suggestions.
things.
I'm
And
happy
we
to
will
provide
do
suggestions.
a mukbang.
But it has to come from you, because if I say it, it'll get rejected.
Yeah, so you have to email me.
But
Hire
email
them.
me, I'll give you my suggestions so you can tell her. That's a great idea.
Because people are like, Danielle, Zoom was like, Danielle, try this. And I thought that's a great segment. So once a week, we
We
will
got
do
In and
that.
Out, we got Canes,
No,
we got
that's not, we're not,
Kinkies.
it's just Kinkies.
Yeah, Kinkies, or is it Kikis?
It's not Kinkies.
Sorry, Freudian slip. We got Dos Coyotes, we got all sorts of,
It is
we
not,
got Bodines, we got, yeah.
it is not Kinkies.
I love anything that has to do with food, I'm all over it. That's a
no,
great idea.
No bugs, no feces, no anything coming from a
I
female
don't
or
think any
male
restaurants serve-
genitalia.
I don't know of any
Only restaurants. Only restaurants. That's it. This is not, what was that show? Fear Factor? This is not the Fear
No,
Factor.
we're not eating bugs
No.
or
Love them Kinkies.
feces. I know. I mean, nobody
Does
serves
anybody
that.
love Kinkies? It's a new restaurant apparently in Elk Grove.
Come to Kinkies.
We will
Come
make all
on,
your
get
kink come
kinky, get
true.
Kinkies. Some good sushi would work, absolutely.
But it has to be something we can get here.
Yeah. Don't send sushi from like Japan. Like 10-day delivery.
No one chip challenge. I don't want to die. He's already had a heart attack. Give us a break.
You just ruined a good video idea I had. But anyway, it has to do with the one chip challenge.
GSR, if you want to send your fermented shrimp paste, that could be a show. Difficult, but I'll put it on saltine and try it.
Macaroni and cottage cheese. Any good mac
I
and
could do
cheese
that.
has cottage cheese in it, by the
No,
way.
it has ricotta.
It has cottage cheese.
Right.
Ask my mom. My mom made the best macaroni and cheese ever. I will put it on the line against the best, chef in the world. Her mac and cheese. I mean, it was a death bomb. It was literally butter, sour cream, cottage cheese, like 8 packs of cheese. But it was.
It has to be something we
so
can get here.
Frickin'
Like,
good.
I've never eaten Popeyes. I've never had Arby's. Those are the things I love.
Kielbasa, what's
I just
kielbasa?
made the cucumber salad the other night. Yeah.
Ooh,
So I've
squeeze
never
in.
had
Popeye?
smash burger.
You know it. Squeeze is good.
I've never had smash burger. So those are the things you can challenge me. to
Eric,
eat.
my dad is the one who ate. I got Vietnamese food. I got my dad.
Never had canes.
I got my dad Togos.
Never had canes. So these are things you
And he
can
ate
tell
it
me to
for
eat,
lunch.
and I will eat it. Forget Arby's. I know, but people are upset that I haven't had Arby's.
You want Arby's?
No, but people
Just
are mad that
down there, you can see what Arby's.
Go. We don't do this on this channel. Yo, you just crossed the line.
It's not crossing the line.
You just crossed the line.
I'm-
Did you forget you're on your channel?
I
too?
know.
Wow, Dan's coming out.
I'm not ashamed of your roast beef.
Oh no, now the cucumbers are infected with salmonella. Great. Is that why I was shitting the other night? Salmonella? No cow stomach, no thank you. I don't do those soups with the intestines.
I
in
like
it.
the 4-piece of Popeyes. I would definitely like to try
Sharon,
Popeyes.
I have my own recipe for cucumber salad.
The guy right over there, I mean, literally,
Okay.
he's got this mansion over there that he bought something and built like a monstrosity. I think he owns some Popeyes.
No,
And
not
that's
that
what he
one.
does.
Not the ones behind us.
Well, one of those.
Yeah. he
One of the
owns-
mansions
there's,
over
There's
there.
another one that owns.
You
some
know where we live?
Popeyes
We
over
lived
there.
here for a long time, and then, gentrification. People came in and built these big, giant
Oh,
mansions. I thought
Terry,
my house
don't
was
tell
nice,
me.
but
Terry doesn't eat out much because she used to inspect restaurants for the health department.
yeah.
Abort
I
the
worked in a
mission.
pizza place. That's why I don't ever get mushrooms in public ever. You know what how they're shipped?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're cleaning the,
Uh.
don't eat mushrooms.
I love processed food. You guys, come on, let's be real. We all secretly love processed food.
I am anti-processing food. Processed food.
You know what? Today, for the first time, Ed did not know me. There was a moment today where he thought I was his sister.
John, I will tell you, my mom is 87, and I'm going through the
Brenda,
same
I've
thing.
never done that.
It's different, very early.
I have not tried Vegemite. We got it, and I have to
It's a
say
long
that.
process,
I
but
would
you
try.
need to prepare.
But I would if it was sent to me again. Do you want to get up?
I'll get up.
So I don't think I could eat the whole the Costco hot dog because that would send me running. But I'm Marianne.
Don't worry about that. Sit down.
I love Kraft's cheese slices.
You gotta
So
sit
Goodman,
down.
sit the fuck down on that.
You gotta sit down. You gotta sit down. You gotta
Sit
sit
the
down.
fuck down
You
on
got
the
food in your
Kraft
mouth?
cheese slices.
What are you doing?
We love Chick-fil-A. I read Sarah's thing. Right, and somebody said that. Chris, today I was talking about it. I love Cheese Whiz. Give me some Cheese Whiz on apple slices. Yes! God, so good. Have you ever had Bugles? Anybody have ever eaten Bugles? And you put the Cheese Whiz in the Bugle and you eat it? That's heaven. Heaven.
It's pad thai.
Heaven.
Very good.
Gouda mozzarella sticks. Ooh, I love Gouda. I love me some Gouda. You never had Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is really good. That's why Dan looks young. Dan doesn't eat those things. He eats my Kraft cheese, Goodman. He eats my Kraft cheese. There was a half-eaten cheese on our thing over there. Caramel Bugles, never had that. That's not my heaven. That's not my heaven either, but I'm just saying. With blue cheese, gosh. If you guys like Cheese Whiz and Bugles, just squirt a little bit in there and eat it. It's good. Just regular Bugles.
That's freaking disgusting.
Okay.
Bugles and the spray cheese. That's
I
all
haven't had
disgusting.
Bugles and Cheese Whiz in years.
Spinach dip. That's
I'm talking about the spray cheese. The spray cheese. Well, Spirit, that's good. That's healthy. I mean, we eat watermelon vodka salad. Sounds good to me. Brenda, I always have Kraft slices in my refrigerator because I am a big Kraft cheese slice person. Ranch Bugles,
Ooh.
really?
anything with ranch is really good.
I haven't had Panda Express in probably 2 years, 3 years. Cottage cheese with garbanzo beans and kidney beans. I could see that. I love cottage cheese. Pretzels and hummus, boring. Boring.
I'd eat pretzels and hummus. That sounds good to me.
I actually had Thai food today, GSR.
Yeah, Grandpa's eating it right now.
Yeah.
And it's good Thai food.
I brought him home some Thai food.
All right. Ranch and French fries, Brenda, and even better, take half ranch, half ketchup. Mix it up, dip the fries in it, whatever. Could be a regular potato fry, could be a curly fry, could be a sweet potato fry. You dip it in ranch and ketchup, it's gonna taste delicious.
And with a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce.
With a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce, if you have that laying around.
Grandpa said he couldn't eat all his dinner. guess what?
He ate all his
He
dinner.
ate all his dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Old Bay. The last president he knows. I suspect that it would either be, I don't know if it would be either Trump or Obama. I mean, if I ask him, you know, do you remember President Trump or do you remember President Obama? He would say yes. But if I asked him, who's the last president you remember? Say something like, I really haven't thought about it.
I don't even think he would remember those two.
I really haven't thought about it.
I forgot I have to make pills.
His birthday is March 26th. Grandpa, does he like to fish? He didn't fish, but he likes to eat fish. Carter, he would definitely remember, I mean, you know, he was 50 years old, you know, or in his 40s when Carter was there in his early 50s with Reagan. He's going to remember those presidents. Eric, I have thought about playing pickleball. In fact, we have a volleyball thing in our backyard, just sand, and I'm thinking, take that out and put in a pickleball court. It's good. It's decent exercise. It's like tennis for old people. I can't. I'm not going to ask him right now, David, because he is eating, and it just doesn't make sense to walk up and ask him. But I will ask him if I remember in the future in a video or something. I'll try and remember to ask him. Or if he comes on at some point, he comes on these lives. You can ask him if he remembers what's the last president he remembers. If we have him on a live, that means he's doing pretty good. So it'd be a good time to ask him. Nice to see you too, Stacy. Nixon. I am not a crook. The old guy is over there. When you say the old guy, I think you might be, if you're talking to Danielle, you're talking about me, but the old guy is in there. How was your speaking thing a while back? Are you talking about I've done a number of speaking things. The Alzheimer's speech, which is relevant to what we're doing, was good. It's on my channel. It's pinned. So if you're interested to see my Alzheimer's speech in New Orleans, it's there. One of the pinned videos.
And then we can your pills.
Father Mackenzie,
Your heart pills.
wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave.
Every day you gotta take
No
pills.
one was saved. All the lonely people.
Come on, let's
Where
go.
do they all
1, 2, 3, let's go.
belong? All the lonely people. That's a great song. Whoever, someone comes in and says Eleanor Rigby. Probably my favorite Beatles song, maybe that or A Day in the Life, but that's got to be up there. Rhonda, you got to spread the word because it's going to impact all. It's not, I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over the world. And the longer people live, the more we're going to be dealing with this. The more, you know, they cure your heart, right? And so you have a greater chance of reaching dementia. But we are making progress. They are making progress. They actually are, we're in the era of treatment now with Alzheimer's. My dad's never been aggressive physically. How you doing down in Hermosa Beach? Thanks, Jess. You know, the patience comes with when you realize that, you know, patience is the easiest way to do it. Without patience, you just you're in a juggernaut, and so you never get to relax. If you do exhibit patience, at least at the end of the process, you may have some time for yourself to relax.
But it's normal
You see
because
that?
you're not always going to have it.
Well, it took years to figure
I
it
still
out.
don't have it. I didn't have it today.
Well, you don't always have it. I mean,
Most of the time you don't have the patience.
how you doing in San Jose? And Sweden. I have fun, GSR, all the time. I do have fun every day. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on here. I mean, I find some fun. I mean, I have fun just talking politics with my friends. I mean, we all have different political views, and we go at it. I mean, like unmercifully. But the difference is we can be jabbing each other politically, and then the minute, you know, something happens with his daughter, it's like, boom, that's where our attention is, because we value our friendship way over politics. And so that allows us to have that kind of fun, get it out, and then, you know, what? Yeah, please. And then we can, you know, in the end, we're friends, you know, before we're adversaries on the political stage. And, you know, whoever wins, you know, a presidential election will get a congratulations from the other person. So that's the way I like to. We can't talk politics live because it's crazy. People are insane. They're absolutely insane on both sides. You can't do it. You can't discuss it.
It's not
You can't
possible.
bring it up because it's just there's no. It's all about yourself now. It's all party this, party that. There's no like what's better for everybody anymore. People are so one-sided. It's just sad. I'm hoping to bring people together who, regardless of who you're going to vote for, vote, you know, speak, be part of the process. The more people that are involved in part of the process, probably the better it's going to be. That's
It's
the
also
idea
too
of
emotional.
democracy.
Too emotional. My favorite Deborah.
But politics can be. I mean, I watch current events. I watch the stocks. I talk to my friends about what's going on with their kids and, you know, their softball careers and other kids that have issues. It's just.
Marianne, we'll do that once Marianne fixed your song that you like that she did, the song that I didn't choose. So she wants you to learn that and sing it. What you have to remember about politics is, like he said a key thing. He can sit and he can talk to his friends, and they're friends first and foremost. So they can sit and they can debate and they can bitch and complain, but at the end of the day, they're true friends. They don't let that get in the way. You can't do that on TikTok.
How you doing in Galveston?
Do you have any suggestions for
Texas.
dating? Here's one thing you can try, Christine, that I do. You can just ask your whoever you're caring for, your father, your mother, your grandparents. I just sometimes when I know Ed's gonna fight it,
Yeah.
I just said, "Come follow me. Come follow me. Come follow me." And he follows me, and I sing a song. You've seen some of my videos, maybe.
Did you take his pills yet?
Yes, I just gave them to him.
Right over here on the couch.
And you literally just walk and you sit him down. I have literally a bench in my bathroom where I sit him down every day before the shower while I'm getting him undressed, and after the shower when I'm getting him dressed, and he'll sit there and I'll be like, "Oh, what am I doing?" Then I say, "We're doing a shower." And then he typically, "Well, I had a shower this morning." "No, you didn't," and we go through there, but it seems easier. You know, there's no easy way. Right? It just works. Everybody's different. Everybody you care for is different. Everybody responds differently.
Did you fill his cup up, or did he?
I did not. Yes, I filled it up.
How high was it?
Like almost all the way.
Okay.
You know, everybody gets mad at me because I'm stern and I'm direct with him. And there's moments where somebody said, you know, you have to be. Those are the moments when I'm more stern and direct with him, or those moments when he needs that. Because it would take him 20 minutes to go from point A to point B because he notices everything. What's this? What's that? And we've already gone over that just 2 seconds before. So everybody's different. Thanks, Woodstock.
Yeah, I should be a great grandpa. But, you know, it's a different generation. These next generation, they're not all about having kids in their 20s like we did and our generation before us and whatnot. It is.
And we are struggling. It's hard. Try to do that. Come on, Mom. Come follow me. You know, let's see. Follow me. Follow. Sing a song if she can hear. And then sometimes he just laughs and then what am I doing here? You know, try it that way. Try to trick him. Don't give them the warning that it's a shower. Sometimes I feel like it exhibits that anxiety when you say, "Let's go, it's shower time," versus just leading him into the pack and then saying.
If you can determine what their apprehension to the shower is, it's easier. Like, you know, for my dad, he's always concerned: is it going to be warm? Is it going to be hot? If you can find out what their concerns are, you can address those concerns ahead of time. Be ready for them and address them.
Miko said, "Was there ever a time that you thought you couldn't handle anymore?" At 4:23 a.m., after my 4th time up, I wanted to cry, and I thought, I can't do this anymore. I am so tired. Yes, there are moments that you think that every day when you're beat to shit and you're
There are
exhausted.
moments that you can't handle it anymore, but somehow you do. It's just that way. You just do what you have to do. And some of those moments, I don't know how I'm going to get through them. I mean, I can thinking back to a couple. I was on the phone with 911 and one, she passed out. There's blood everywhere. I didn't think I could make it through that moment, but I made it through.
You still
Next
make
day
it
it was
through.
fine. You just do what you have to do. You'd be surprised at what's inside of you and what, different circumstances can bring out of you. You can be an amazing person. It's in you. It's hard to realize that, but you will do it.
Hold on, Nan. How's your son with CKD? I don't know if it's called that. My son has IgA nephropathy. Also, I get scared when it's time for labs. Me too. Nan, my biggest, and Andrew just got his blood work done and his urine done. His proteins are a little bit high, but his blood work was amazing.
Eric, have fun in Tahoe.
So, I get it. Every time those labs come in from the beginning, the PTSD of the beginning of the disease, my heart sinks and I get anxiety. It's a struggle for me all the time. And he's part of the reason why I got on lisinopril. Ed and Andrew. So I get it. I'm there with you. It's always a struggle. And his proteins are elevated. But with this disease, you have to remember that if he has proteinuria and his proteinuria, his proteins, depending on what his body's doing at the time, is going to ebb and flow, right? It's going to ebb and flow. As long as it's not, peaking, and his blood was great, so I got to remember, that's okay. If you get a little later on crisis, me too. Everything's different. I freak out more at the beginning. I'm a big reactor emotionally. Yeah. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Oh, Tahoe's beautiful. Eric, I haven't been there since, gosh, a year ago, but we're going Labor Day. We're going to go Labor Day. He is a great son. He called me today. He's in Santa Barbara with Jennifer. They're visiting my cousin, and he called me. He said, Adam showed me some pictures of your dad, and I just cried. Me and Adam just cried together because I just wish I met him. And he called me. His eyes were all puffy, and his tear. And Jennifer's just sitting in the whole background, and Jennifer's like, "Jeez, Lord have mercy," But they were both crying together.
Yeah, I want to go into the bathroom here.
All right.
Because,
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
They're gonna have to
What's
wait.
in your hands, Dad?
Be safe and in bed. I cannot be
What are
fully
you
dead.
holding
That's
in your
so hard.
hands? There's nothing. Why are you
He's
holding
like,
your hands like that?
Mom, I just
Why are you
needed to
holding them like
FaceTime you. He texted me and then
Yeah.
immediately called me. FaceTime me. He's like, look at my eyes. Mom, I'm so sad, He doesn't cry about my mom. He cried about my dad. What the hell, son? But my son has really, really connected with my dad's side of the family, which is weird. Very extremely connected with my dad's side of the family. And so, I think that's why, but it was really trippy. I kind of laughed at him, because that's what I do. So I laugh under extreme when I'm uncomfortable, when I'm happy, when I'm just being devious. All my laughter is for so many different things. And it's hard for me. It's hard. But I'm glad he finds that connection. Why is that weird? Because my dad wasn't the best guy, He wasn't the best guy to me, but because his connection with my dad's side of the family is so strong just recently, and that he emotionally, he's never cried for my mom, which is something that is, hugely important to me, right? Because my mom was my rock. So for me, I was like, bruh, I didn't say it to him at the moment. I just laughed. And I said, Andrew, he would have loved you and you would have loved my dad. Of course, I didn't say that to him. I will eventually because that's what I do. But yes, Ed is not on demand if he's ready.
That's air conditioning right there.
He's a very sweet kid, Sandy. I literally, we are so lucky. We lucked out with Andrew. I was talking to Rocky about him today because she's like,
This way?
Yeah.
We're gonna find this way.
You're going to find a couch, Pop.
Oh, turn to the right?
You guys, we're kind of protecting him a little bit tonight just because he's had such a rough day. So Dan's not going to want to push it. Enjoy, Martha. Enjoy. Yeah, he's been very difficult, and my patience is not there. I am exhausted, and that is the true work of a caregiver. Danielle, shh. Tomorrow morning. And so I'm just exhausted, you know, and caregiving and lack of sleep is a huge contributor to being. You want to see if he wants to sit?
No. He's having a bad day, and he's having a bad night.
It smells amazing. Anything from the hemp brand, I have to post it on my Amazon link. It's a banana oil.
Pops is tired. It's not a great day. I'll tell you this. I couldn't even really get a video today because he's just not there. He's just tired. I don't know if he has a bug. I don't know if it's just a bad day, if he didn't sleep well last night. But, you know, even possible that he had a small stroke. I don't know, but it's not been his greatest day. He's eating well. I got him out and we took a walk early this morning, even though he, you know, was tired. He did a good walk. So he's got, you know, physically he's all right and he's eating fine, but he's tired. He's never been violent, not in his illness and not before his illness. House chaotic. There are a bunch of pictures of him younger. It's, you know, I don't know exactly where they are on my page, but they're there on Instagram. There's a poem that has a bunch of pictures. I started noticing his memory loss, you know, more than 10 years ago, like 13 years ago. So it's been a slow but progressive process since those first symptoms. You know, the videos show up, but I don't control TikTok. Sometimes, you know, I get more views on Instagram where I have 1/10 of the followers than I do on TikTok. So I don't know what happens with the algorithm, or sometimes they get flagged because I'm in the car or something. I don't watch that closely, but I'm posting. It's just it varies with
100%.
It varies with the and how good the video does. The videos that do well go out to a lot more people, so you have more of a chance to see it. It's just.
What's his favorite lunch? You know, I don't know.
He likes Taco Bell.
Cheers.
He likes Togos. He likes
used to
tuna
always,
sandwiches.
before his dementia, he would always get
Burger King.
2 Whoppers, no cheese, 2 Junior Whoppers, no cheese, and a black coffee. That was what Ed always got. He liked tuna. He also loved egg salad sandwiches.
He did.
Tuna.
But
I mean,
Togo's discontinued egg
They
salad.
did?
Yeah, they haven't had them for years.
Stop it.
He loved them. So did Mark. Mark loved the egg salad sandwich.
Yeah, Ed used to always get that. I remember. My mom used to get the hot pastrami.
Bill, I hope he has a good day tomorrow. You know, I just don't know what I'm going to find until I get up and I see him in the morning. The day before yesterday, yesterday I should say, he woke up smiling and he was with it all day. I think that the last video posted, both of those were taken yesterday, and he was doing great. And then today he just woke up and
He was up a lot, but when he was up last night, it wasn't a happy, like, okay, you know, normally he's like happy-go-lucky, okay, I'll go back to bed. You know, he was more anxiety prone last night, like, why can't I get out? I want to get out. Where am I at? You know, why is this door here? I don't like this. I want to see where I'm at, you know. So it was really an agitated sleep, and I don't think he slept well. And so he got up super early. He got up at 7:30 in the morning, which is not like him. So he's been off, yeah. So yes, for those of the people who've asked how the door is, it's going well, but it's also affecting, like for him, because it keeps him safe, but it keeps us, primarily me, he's been really sleeping.
My dad's always been well-mannered and polite, just like he is now. He's been, you know, he could be feisty and
He's feisty.
he could stick you with a stinger, you know, when he wanted to.
A lot.
But typically, he's always been similar, the same way.
He's pretty sick.
He's basically the same person,
He's just sweeter.
with deficits.
Sweeter.
I have nephews, yes.
Have you always been a Dan Slinger?
A what? A slinger? I've been a gunslinger. He's smart, he has wit, and he likes to entertain. You know, Mark, I was talking to Mark today, and you know, he was saying he's not having a good day, he's kind of low energy, and Mark saw, well, see, you know, sometimes when you put him on a live, it perks him up, and it's true, he does pick up. But I told Mark, I don't think I'm gonna put him on a live tonight.
And there's been many
Just
times
given the way
where he has, and he's been horrible all day, and he gets on a live, and he just comes to life, and you're like, holy shit.
He's always been like that, you know. He's been somebody that like steps up for the moment, whatever it is. He's always stepped up.
Mateo, I am so sorry. I can't imagine the greedy side of this. Ugh, I've had a little bit of experience. I won't share it, but it's horrible.
Mateo, you know, it is.
That's who I just responded to.
Oh yeah, it's not uncommon to have that kind of situation.
Today was really weird for me as well, because an hour before we got on the live,
biological siblings.
he didn't recognize me.
Huh? He did not recognize you.
Sis? No, you're my sister. You're my Joanne, you know, and he was really confused, and I thought, oh God, this is the first time he's ever really struggled with me. That was weird. I think that's gonna be weird for me more than it will for Dan, because he's always like, oh, that's, you know, when they're, oh, hi Sean, we were wondering. Oh shit, a retina? Oh, stop it. I was wondering about you the other day, I almost emailed
Marie, he's going to get worse.
Why am I surprised though? Because
and worse and worse and worse. It's
Marie,
just the way it is. I
everybody
saw a
is
video
surprised.
that my nephew posted from 2 years ago. And I watched it, and it was a Thanksgiving from 2 years ago. And I watched my dad in that video, and I said, holy shit. He's come down a long way.
And you're always surprised. My mom died of primary lung cancer. You know she's dying, but it's still a surprise when she dies, right? It's still gut-wrenching. It's the same thing for any dementia disease. When for the first time, the shocker of him going, oh shit.
Sorry for your loss, Mama.
He doesn't, and he looked at me, it was a good couple of minutes, and he's like, he couldn't place me. That's why I'm surprised. Shame on me.
Do I show him videos of himself? I've been making a lot more videos with my dad and myself. You know, 2 years ago, I could put the camera on him, I could talk, and he could respond, and it was great. Nowadays, I have to be more involved with him and try and motivate him and give him energy to speak. So a lot of the videos will be both us together. You know, he'll be sitting right here, and I'll be talking to him. We do coffee chats, and so sometimes I do show him those videos of us together when they're, because we have some good interactions. And, for a moment in some of those videos, it's just like we're talking 20 years ago. When he forgets about, his deficits and he just starts talking. And so I have been showing him a few of those, those moments between the two of us. To say, what do you mean here, Dad? Or this is you. But I don't show him like,
Paula,
if it's a teaching video or
shame on you.
a difficult video.
Well, I'm going to leave you here for the others to get you. That's just a shame you would say something so crass. Sean, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I was thinking about you. I was like, where's Sean been, my friend?
He doesn't wander off. My dad's not, he still knows enough to know that he doesn't want to wander off. He doesn't want to get lost. Thanks, Nicole. Bonnie and Clyde.
It always amazes me when people can come on and say things so cold,
Move on. If
So
you
cold.
give them the attention, you're going to bring more people to do the same thing. Let it go.
So cold. So
Thank
cold.
you, Bona. I appreciate that.
Sean, is that going to affect your job at all?
Dad stays with us. We stopped doing the switch about 8 months or a year ago. Whenever the last fall was, we didn't switch after that fall. It was really difficult for him it was a difficult comeback. It's TAVR and the fall were two of the most difficult times, and right around those, we just
Oh, Abby,
stopped
I
doing
love
the
that.
switch, make it easier on them.
You know, you guys are my true reason and inspiration for keeping on going. She said she's 40 years old and we've helped her so much with her mom, so she thanks us.
Good luck with your mom and good luck on your journey.
Just hang tough. I always tell people on the same journey we are, hang tough. It's difficult, it's stressful, you're gonna have your bad moments, your bad days, but as long as you keep on trudging
Things are going
forward,
crazy
you
again.
still trudge, because you have no other choice but to keep going forward, right? Hi, Edgar.
Andrew's labs were okay. I'll grab something.
Well, his
here.
blood was great, his urine wasn't great.
Specific, but they were okay.
I get specific. Do you not know me to be specific? For the love of Pete, I'm gonna get specific. Blood was great, urine was
I'm actually.
every time they bark, so now he's gonna be up. Dan?
He's up. He's up. He's up. He's up. He's up. No,
And
he's
he-
not up.
Santa
He's
Barbara.
not up. He's still sitting down.
No,
You guys, I'm gonna put you guys in the room.
He cannot
You
take
guys cannot
ibuprofen
handle that. I'm putting
forever.
you in the room.
he's never
You wanna
allowed
go
to take
around?
ibuprofen. He can only take Tylenol. Yeah. He did not get his root canal next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. And guaranteed he's gonna make me go with him. Yeah. He's up.
You guys wanna come up?
He's up.
He's
He's
up
up.
now?
He's up. I'm
He's
going
up.
back to work.
Pop,
in
you're
a
up.
couple days, and
He's up. He's up.
Sean, be
Sit down.
careful. Don't push it. It's not worth it. Can I ask you a crazy question?
Every now and then I get a little bit
Can you wear a
something and I
patch?
need you sitting down.
Can you become a Sean pirate?
This dog's going
I just had to break the ice a little bit. I'm a little awkward sometimes, so I apologize. Are you aware of how much you help others?
Drink a little bit of this, though.
Mark, sometimes my views get clouded because of the trolls. And I'm just honest, right? I am honest with the facts of the matter. In the whole scheme of things, the messages I get every day remind me, but sometimes depending on your moods, they cloud me. I'm just being human. They cloud me. And it upsets me.
All right.
Dan is loud? No. You're in Fresno? That's not
Turn the
neighbors.
volume down.
That's-
Turn the
that's-
volume down. That's all you got to do.
And that's all I'm trying to be is honest. For everybody else that's out there that's doing it and or getting ready to do it, there's no reason for me to blow sunshine up your ass to say you're going to be patient all day. There's going to be moments of patience and no patience and yelling and screaming.
My regular Michelob Ultra.
I'm having a Chardonnay, which came in my wine club. I'm
Every
not a
now
member.
and then I get a little.
I mean, I'm a member. A few hours. It's a long. I've been to Fresno for soccer. It's like 2.5 to 3 hours. It's a dreadful ride. Fresno sucks. The switch has stopped for. We're going on 11 months since the switch has stopped. Can you believe that? 11 months. Yeah, we've had him full time. He's just copying me, Drake. He can't handle the success I've had with my singing. And so he wants to be like, he's, I think, looking for some sponsor to say, you guys would be a dynamic duo. But this bitch is her own show. He is not allowed to be my backup singer.
You got one part of that right.
I'm my own
It was-
person.
This what?
Christy.
First symptoms were.
There's no
memory
dynamic
loss.
duo. It's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, we're not a dynamic duo.
So here's the
She's
fun
fucking
thing.
Batman and Batwoman all mixed into one. I guess I'm fucking Robin.
No, you're what's lower than Robin.
I don't know what's. Maybe I'm Alfred. I don't know what the fuck I am.
No, Alfred gave directions. I don't do directions
Do
well.
you even know who Alfred is?
Yes.
Who?
I don't know. Wasn't he the
You
guy
have
that
no
was
fucking
behind the
idea.
scenes that told him where he needed to
It
go?
was Bruce Wayne's butler is Alfred. For God's sake, she's acting like Alfred. Yeah. I'll bet. Yeah.
I don't need him. He needs me.
I like the joke.
He needs me. He needs me to be here. If I wasn't here, he wouldn't be on. So there you have it. Someday you'll be glad you did. There's no regrets. No regrets. I have no regrets. And you know, Rocky and I had that conversation today.
Were you here at Christmas at our house? Did you? Somebody brought something on here. So was you the person who brought a
were
gift
you there with all your?
on Christmas?
You know, I was talking to Rocky today, and she said, you know,
Thank you for
Josh-
whatever it was. I remember that.
Josh and I were, you know, talking today, and you know, we're two ships passing in the night, and I laughed because I said we're two ducks passing in the night yesterday morning, and she used the appropriate term of two ships passing in the night, and she goes, Danielle, like, you know, and I said, well, I am a natural caregiver.
We're two
I don't
ships
know what
passing in the night.
So I just.
I'm the Titanic in that.
We're two ducks. No, I like the ducks. Quack, quack. The ducks. And she said,
Quack, quack.
I started laughing at her when she said, Josh and I are
Shame.
like two ships passing in the night. And I laughed because I just said that yesterday.
A quick follow would be
But
appreciated.
with ducks, not with ships. But it's true. You're two ships passing in the night, right? You
How
do
you
your
in
thing.
Puerto Rico? I hope you're okay. I know you had that storm down
You
there.
work all day, you take your kids to their practices, their games, their this, you say goodnight, you maybe have a little nookie if you're lucky, you wake up and you repeat the cycle. And then all of a sudden they're grown and they're gone. Well, we got grandpa. So we're back to two ducks passing in the night. Quack, quack. Did you hear me? I quacked last night.
I didn't hear you
I
quack.
quacked, said quack, quack, because we passed again. You know, it just is what it is. Mr. Dan, what's your advice if someone wants to marriage? Run. Abort the mission. Don't be a duck.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
You're quacking me up. Queefing and quacking, there's a definite difference between those two. But it could be a quack. It kind of sounds like a quack. Shit. Marianne, don't get me in trouble.
Actually, I think it's great. Marriage is great. It is what you make it. Marriage ain't easy, and it's not like you get married. Oh, I found my person. Now the search is over. I can relax and live my life out in eternal bliss and happiness. That's not quite how it works. Who you think you're marrying? No.
Alicia, don't be
It's
a
not
pelican.
really who you think you're marrying.
Don't be a pelican. Be a swan.
Everybody changes over the course of a
So,
marriage.
and that's what Rocky
And they
said
become
today.
different people.
Rocky said today, she
She's
goes,
not the person I married.
Josh, and you're
not
not
the-
the person I married.
Absolutely I'm not. But
And
am I
so-
better or worse?
Lisa
That's-
said, Dan, remember your vows. He didn't agree with the vows you wrote.
Didn't I? What were the vows?
He tried to redo the vows that you wrote. It was in my favor. Thank you, Lisa, for sticking up for the woman, the duck, the queen duck of the group. And Rocky said, I feel like Josh and I were what we were before we had kids. And you do. And do you ever get that back?
No. You never get that back. Because you're different people at the end of your kids, right? When I went into having kids, I thought, shit, my partying days are over. It turned out I was just a shitty father and I partied anyway. But then by the time it's over, it's like I'm too tired to party like that. So you never really go back to and you never go back to any stage of not only a relationship, but of your life. Billy Joel said it in Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. You can, what was it? You can never go back. You can never go back to the green. I think he called it the green. When he was talking about, you know, some high school friends got married, then they got divorced. They were married in 84, they divorced in like 85 as a matter of course, and they went back to where, they tried to go back to their
Why do
own
we have to
life.
go back to that dreadful
But they could
14-minute dance for
They
our...
could not go back to their lives because life doesn't work like that. Life goes forward. You can't look back.
And we
in life.
change, we grow, we
Let
prosper.
it go. Don't, you know, vengeance and, you know, grievances over the past are, what the fuck?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Do you ever practice what
Are you singing the Beatles song?
No, I'm singing the
Let it
Elsa
be,
song.
let it be.
So here's the thing. I said let it go.
be,
No, it was
let
Elsa.
it be.
Here's the thing.
Speaking
Is that
words of wisdom.
He is the best. He
Daniel,
has...
let it be.
Sandy, you
let
all.
it be.
You realize that he has the best advice. Like the things he says to his nephew, I'm like, yes, brother, yes, yes. And then he hangs up and then
That's
everything
right.
changes.
That's the story of most people. I have great advice. Do I practice it?
No.
Sometimes I'm getting better,
Who says?
but I have the advice, just don't drink. But that's what happens. You just don't follow your own advice. Wasn't it Alanis Morissette that said, isn't it ironic?
Don't you?
That great advice that you just didn't take. Isn't it ironic? Now there's a fly
Did
in my
somebody give
Chardonnay.
you?
What?
There's no
No,
fly.
the song. I'm reading the song.
Did somebody give you the advice before you married me?
Nobody ever gave me advice. But they probably did, but I didn't listen.
I didn't listen either.
I didn't listen. People say you guys are not compatible. What are you thinking?
My mom and my best friend at the time was like, run. As she's stuffing my bra, she
Your
said,
mom?
yeah.
The one who pushed us
She
together?
did, and then
That's
Melissa,
odd.
and she's stuffing my
You gotta get
bra.
your story straight, one way or
She's
the other.
stuffing my bra, and she said, girl, I can take you out of here as quickly as you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you want to run now.
Who was that?
Melissa.
That sounds like Melissa.
Girl,
Cody,
I
are you
got
still on here? That's
Cody would agree.
Melissa's son-in-law.
Yeah.
Was on earlier, and she's right. That was Melissa. Melissa and I had an interesting relationship.
Many interesting things.
Come on, Pop. What are you doing?
I was listening to you talk.
Are you tired? What do you want to do, Pop?
Does he want to sit?
All right, I'll help you.
Because you were talking.
We are having fun on here, Pop. We're having a lot of fun.
Arisha,
Oh,
yes.
that's
A
good.
lot of the shirts you see that Ed has on is from followers. All the love that Ed gets is
Let me
mostly.
know when you get
Yeah, I
tired.
should-
Let me know
My
when
mom
you get
also
tired.
said, honey, I love him, but I love you more. So if you feel the need to question anything, now's the time.
Sit down.
Okay, well, it looks crooked because of the way.
Every now and then I get a little bit something. Yeah.
God, I love you. I'm so glad we wed. And I did. Your cheek?
I have a thing in my
So
lip.
do I.
Do we? Gross.
Quack, quack. It's my new thing. Now I say quack, quack. Do you
say
guys give
quack,
him
quack.
any?
You guys
So
familiar with
Samantha,
Quick Quack,
hold
the car
on.
wash?
Samantha wants to know, do you give him anything to keep him occupied? You'll say it better than I would, so if you want to respond to that nicely, you can.
How do you respond to that meanly?
I could.
I don't know why. It's a very.
If for some reason he could be doing anything to keep him occupied,
I mean, it's just
he
a question.
would.
It doesn't require some kind of horrific tone. It's
No,
just
we,
a nice
we
question.
intentionally hold out anything
So,
that could keep him occupied.
His mind resets really fast. So you can't really give him a task because in the middle of it, he's not going to know what he's doing. And so I don't know what happens on TikTok with that thing. It's glitching.
It's
We were like 6 months ago. We gave him coins to sort
longer
for a
than
while.
that, and socks.
We given him clothes to fold, but he's not capable of carrying it through. So it doesn't do any good.
Yeah,
You have to
1
get his
billion
mind
times.
at ease. That's the only way to get peace. Bring his mind, whatever's bothering him, bring his mind to
Kelly,
ease.
do you know how many people? No, Leslie. Do you know how many people have sent fidget toys? When I put the fidget toys in front of him, you know what he does?
How are you
The
doing?
hell is this shit?
Okay.
It wasn't something associated that he was
You
associated
want
with.
to talk on the show?
What?
You want to
wanna
talk
say
with us?
hello on the show?
I do. Hi.
No, it's a bunch of strangers on the show, on the television day.
I gotta pee.
Oh, I don't know.
You want to be in front of a whole bunch of people, yes or no?
No, because I bet some of them I have, some I'll never
There.
say.
Okay.
And we'll go straight through. I'll
Hold
move
on,
you
I
straight
have to
through.
pee.
Yeah.
Come on through.
Where's
1
my-
second. Just walk straight through. There you go.
Someone's dripping water all over.
Yeah, that's the dog. This way. Dog drinks water and spills it. Right, when you get tired, let me know. I know, you let me know. anytime you're tired now, you just let me know. Every now and then. Yeah, the dog drinks and drips water on the floor.
So the fidget toys.
And
Anytime
cameo.
we get a fidget toy, I show it to him and he laughs and he says, no. And so all my nieces and my nephews love the fidget toys. So thank you
It's
for those.
6:30 here. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Perfect.
No shit.
80s, my dad is a foot doctor. He's not asleep yet, but within
Not
the
yet.
next half an hour,
He's so tired, you guys. I mean, I can barely function at 50, let alone, I don't know
he's
how
exhausted,
he functions at 92.
but he looks at the clock and he goes, I'm not going to bed at 6:30. You know, and it's not uncommon. What we used to do, we've done in the past, is move the clock up because he doesn't think he's going to bed till 10 or 11, but he's exhausted.
He is, and he's very routine oriented. 12 o'clock, he wants lunch. 5 o'clock, he wants dinner. Like, people always say, well, why do you have to keep him to a 5 o'clock routine? Well, no, it's not we that do it. It's him that does it. Yeah. So it's really hard. I mean, you do whatever you can to keep their routine as best as possible because it keeps them grounded. I tried to nap today, but I took my clip out. My hair was up.
He's always ready for a snack at 4. We give him a piece of fruit.
He doesn't want to vacuum. He doesn't want to wash windows. We've asked him those. We put those on videos.
He would do the dishes if he could. I know he would do
He
that.
can't. He would do outside work
but he
with me,
can't.
but he's not safe for him to do it.
It's a Michelob Ultra.
He's 92 for the.
How you doing from
Pete.
UAE?
Yeah. There's another question that popped by for the 50,000th time. People are so worried with why we don't put him in PJs and he sleeps in the same clothes. I sleep in the same clothes that after I shower in. It's just something he's always done. You guys, he used to wear the same outfit for 5 days in a row. And it's easier. Sometimes we change shirts, we change pants, depending on the day. He showers every other day. He sleeps. It's just easier for him. The sleep pants that we have for him, he trips over, he slips.
Yeah, you don't want him in anything that can hang down around his ankles and that he could trip over. So he's either, when we do in the wintertime, we do put him in sweats. And we make sure the sweats have the
band
at the
elastic
bottom.
on the base. Yeah.
But we don't, he's got pajamas, and we might have early on, but they do, they fall down on him when he gets up, and so they are a danger for him to slip at night. So it's all about safety, guys. It's all about safety.
And the easiness of some battles you fight and some battles you don't. I sleep in the same clothes. After I shower, I'll be in the same clothes. People have also said, well,
I'm sorry,
Danielle,
Don.
why
Sorry
do you
for
wake
your
up
loss.
and you're in the same clothes?
His birthday's March 26th.
Why not?
Close to the 16th.
Do we have winter in California? Yes. Not like winter, it doesn't snow where we are specifically, but we get cold. We get below zero sometimes.
But in California, the problem is the heat. The winters are easy. You put on the heater, it's not hard. But when it's 115 degrees out, it's tough with my dad. He wants to go outside. Dad, you can't go outside. It's just too damn hot. It's dangerous. That heat's dangerous for somebody his age.
And he doesn't understand.
And
So
he doesn't know that it's hot there because
even-
we got the air on inside.
Even if we gave him stuff to do, right, and he did it, he would forget that he did it. He doesn't remember that he's been busy. Like yesterday, he was so active. Dan had him so active yesterday with walks, and he went out and got a smog with Dan.
I
and
take
did
him
all these
everywhere
things.
I go. When I go out of the house, I take my dad. So he's sitting in the car. And, I used to even take him out of the car. We go to the supermarket. Now I leave him in the car because he can't get up. He can't walk around as much anymore. He can't walk, traverse, it's been hot. So, but I take him out, and he does. When we get home, at 4 o'clock, I've just been sitting here all day. No, Dad, you've been out. You had lunch with Mom and Mark and Sis, and we went to the grocery store. We went to get whatever, a smog check. He's out a lot. As much as I am, he's out. Whenever I leave, I just bring him. He's very easy, I just take him. I talk on the phone, whatever I'm going to do, I take him. And sometimes I'm talking on the phone to, family, and he'll out of the blue, you think he's dozing off over there, and he'll just spit into the conversation and blow me away.
Cue ball, I have not done emails today. There's several people who are like, Danielle, did you read my email? No, I have not, but I will tonight, promise. So yeah, it's hard. You do with the best you can, and you do, there's certain battles you want to fight, there's certain battles that are not worth fighting, and it is what it is, you guys.
It is,
That
you
college
cannot
clothes are from
understand
other people.
unless you've done it, and I can say that firsthand. Mark had my dad for the first 6 months completely to himself. He was a very different Ed at that time, a little easier to handle,
Thank you.
but I had no idea. And I remember Mark at that time when he'd get frustrated, and I'd go, Mark, chill out. He's not, you're getting all upset. It's just dad. It's dad.
Relax,
It's the
Mark.
disease.
Take a deep
I
breath.
had no idea the way it wears on you. And then once we had him for a week when Mark took a vacation, that's the time when we started doing it half time, because I realized there's no way that one person alone can do that. And that was years ago, 3 years ago, when he was easier to take care of.
Yes, Lewis, they all
It's
know.
hard. So unless you've done it, it is.
And I think the way they do it with their people is the same way. It's not the case.
Thank you
It's
for
not the case.
that yellow thing.
Hi, Travis. I've been seeing your videos since before my grandma got dementia.
People judge, and that's why it doesn't bother me,
Oh,
because
sorry
people
about
just
that.
don't know. And they're not, it doesn't mean that they're angry. They look at the way that, we might respond to a certain situation and think that's uncalled for, or that's over the top. But they don't understand that there's 8 hours before that where we've been taken to our limits, our patient's limits, over and over and over and over. And eventually, no matter how well intended you are, no matter how much patience you have, you break. It's like, they teach you when you're going to be a prisoner of war, you're going to break. They're going to break you. It's going to happen.
Sherry,
Don't worry about
if
it.
you follow me, Sherry, I have my link tree and I have a P.O. box that is there if you follow me. But we got to add it to Dan's
I just made an
account, just
analogy
in
that
case.
caregiving is like being a POW, but not really, but
No, God.
you get the idea. I mean, humans can only take so much of
It is-
anything.
It is
right?
like Groundhog's
Eventually,
Day.
something will break you down.
And it's the same routine every day. It is like being a prisoner of war. Sometimes you think where is that?
Are you the prisoner or is he the prisoner?
I'm the prisoner.
No.
At what point?
The half door is working
Great for
spectacularly
him.
for me. 'Cause
Not for me.
So you have to realize this, when we didn't have the half door up, I would always, if he got up, I'm not sleeping. I'm listening for him. And if I don't hear him going back into his room, I have to get up and go investigate. And, maybe he's out in the kitchen. Maybe he fell. Maybe he's in the movie room. So I have to get up
And then sometimes we don't hear him.
I don't sleep well. Since the gate's there, I know that he's not getting out. If anything happens, it's going to be right where we can hear it.
And the thing is the last couple days, free Danielle. In the last couple days, he hasn't woken up while I've been dealing with him from 2 to 5 in the morning. He's snoring away, just content as can be, and I'm dealing with it. So, I've been really lucky.
I mean, it's not like I don't fall asleep till 1 in the morning. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
doing
that's
it.
why. So when he's asleep at 1, he's dead asleep in the times
Right,
that
and,
he's
and,
really up.
from 7 to 1, I'm taking care of him. So it is a team effort.
What did your kids, when our kids were babies? Me, hello. Dan? No. That's my job. But lately it's been me because he's dead asleep. He literally just has fallen asleep, so he's like dead. He's comatose.
I'm sorry for your loss,
Sometimes I
Caroline.
kick him a little bit, just to say, hey. But he doesn't wake up. Hi, Terry.
I maybe get 3-4 hours sleep a night. That's what I always get. So when I'm out, usually I'm out because
He's
I'm
out.
tired.
He's out. And I hear the gate. Take this door out. Open the door.
A night nurse wouldn't really make much of a difference for us.
No.
Because we sleep right next to his room.
A control freak, Natalie, at night is not something I have. Let's be real. It has nothing to do with the control freak at night. maybe some things during the day, like with shower time and all that stuff, but it's unfair to say that for nighttime. Nighttime is very crucial because I need sleep. If I need to, you know, function and do my job effectively and efficiently, I need sleep. Salingers don't sleep very much, and so they're predispositioned already to like not have a lot of sleep, but I need it, especially with everything else going on.
It's not that I don't need sleep, it's just that I made a decision a long time ago. I was going to let my insomnia get the best of me, or I was going to power through it. And so for about the last 15 years, I don't take any sleeping medication, nothing except Ferns. And when I'm tired in the morning, I just power through it all day
We
long.
all power through.
I power
That's
through
all
it.
you can do,
That's all you can do.
and that's when patience becomes a virtue.
I have that, you know, that my brain goes everywhere and I start thinking about everything. And, you know, before the gate was there, a lot of times that, you know, I'm imagining my dad, it's like I'm sitting there. Did he make it back to his bed or from the bathroom, or did he wander in the kitchen? Is he laying on the kitchen floor with a big bump on his head? You know, those kind of things. So, which would get me up. I'd have to go walk. And most of the time he's in his bed.
I literally think sometimes, there's been times that I kick him and I'm like, he's up. And Dan's like, he's asleep. Because you hear things, but
I get up and I walk in and when I say he's asleep, that's after I got up out of bed, out of my sleep.
But I can tell you that the door, although it's really great for him, it's causing me less sleep because I hear it and I wake up. Dan is a Scorpio, right? Scorpio.
Yeah. Dan, let her talk. Really? I mean, you don't. I mean, if you count the words, if someone went and like a computer counted our words, I have a feeling
that was for you, Lisa Ramsey.
that you might get a few extra more words in than me through the course of the whole thing. I do have my moments because when I have points, I want to make my points.
And we don't need an alarm because we have the door. The door you can't
we're
get
right
out of
there.
the door.
Our door's open.
And a
His
nighttime
door's
nurse, let me tell you, wouldn't do anything for us because our room's right there. So we would still hear everything. We both talk over each other, Tammy. We both do.
And he also, you know, when he gets up at night, some of the weirdest things are when he goes to bed at night. You know, when he goes and we're up, we leave his door wide open, and I'm walking by, he's walking. Oftentimes I'll hear, "Hey Dan," or you know, "Hey Bill," or whatever, just walking by, or if I'm walking, I'm in my underwear, or I don't have my shirt on because I'm going to the kitchen. You know, he sees me and he knows he's not in some kind of sanitary facility, you know, memory care or hospital. He knows he's at home because I'm walking around, and you know, I look kind of familiar to him. He may not know I'm his son, but there I am, and you know, with no shirt on at night, and it gives him a sense of comfort. You know, even to see us walking back and forth, because when he's laying there in bed, you know, he may wake up or doze off and wake up and not know where he is or who he's with. And if he can look and see, you know, me walking by the door, just that can make it, you know, it easier for him. Give him an idea.
You know what he
I'm
yells.
safe.
Bill, are you here?
He does.
And you say
All the
yes.
time. You know, be walking by and go, "Hey, Dan," or whatever. Could be Bill, whatever it is. Jeff, I do love to write poetry. I'm working on something. I just haven't got anything that is worth, you know, publishing on TikTok yet. When I write a decent something, I've had a couple of efforts and they just haven't been there. Lauren, Grandpa is going to decline. That is just a fact. He has advanced dementia. He has vascular dementia. He is not going to get better over time. He's going to get worse, and then he's going to die. That is the end game of this. Hopefully that's 5 years from now, and hopefully we can keep, you know, slow the progress as best we can. But we can't change reality. We can't, you know, I have to face that. I know it's coming for me, and believe me, you know, I've never lost anyone. I've not lost a sibling or a parent, and I'm worried about how I'm going to react because you know, you see me with my dad, but I'm really dependent on my mom. Really dependent on her. I mean, anytime I have an issue, you know, I'm on the phone with my mom, and that's going to be a really difficult adjustment.
I've done it for 18 years, brother. 18 years.
I know.
Yeah. So, and you know, people say that all the time. Oh my God, the end is inevitable. Well, everybody's end is inevitable. He's fucking 92 with dementia. He's lived a great life, and he's still living a great life.
And look what he's accomplished in the last couple of years of his life. He doesn't understand what he's done and how he has touched the world just being himself. I mean, he's probably made the biggest, he's been a doctor, he's been a father, he's raised 6 kids, he's basically raised 2 families.
And he's been a social media star.
And he's probably touched, infinitely more people in the last 2 years of his life.
Yeah.
He is amazing for 92.
He's had a good life.
He's had a good life.
I can tell you something.
Impacted the world.
My mom wishes she would have this life. You know.
He touched the world, and not many people can say that the way he can.
That's Baxter.
No, I'm putting it for you.
No, I know, but I'm saying Jake said, "Oh, there's cocoa on the table." Jake, Dar, 2 R's. You should know my dogs by now.
And he will always be remembered as a doctor. I mean, the sign on his door says, one of you sent in, you know, Dr. Salinger. He will always be remembered as the doctor, and he was really proud of that. He was really proud of my brother becoming a doctor. Really proud of that. He's proud of me becoming a lawyer. That's something that he now is ingrained. Everybody knows what he is.
And his daughter for being a teacher. And
he loves his daughters and sons for being teachers. Yes, he is. He's a good man.
You guys become subscribers. Dan doesn't do lives, and it really hurts me when people subscribe to his channel. He doesn't do subscriber lives. I'm the only one that does that, because he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. So don't do it. Don't do it.
Thanks, Janine. I appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Teresa. We appreciate that. Hello, Ava. That's okay, Nancy. Sometimes I can't type either. No, it's not my page, Jenny.
He knows his grandchildren. I mean, he lives with one of his grandchildren.
Shannon, I think every time he comes on a live, you see the enjoyment in front of the camera. So yes.
He is a ham. There's no question about it. And he enjoys, you know, when you put the camera on him, he becomes a different person. I mean, he's has dementia, but in the moment he knows. Now, he may not process that the same way he would when he was sick, but he does know in the moment, and he acts accordingly.
And some of you guys who watch me with my lives with Grandpa, he says things, like he gives you the clues of like, well, he said the other night to me, he said, I didn't give you this, I opened the doors for you. He said that very well. He said, I opened the door for you. I didn't give it to you, I opened the door. He said that.
That means
Of the social media.
I don't have any clue what to do. No,
I was telling you.
I wish to God
He said
that
it.
he could know.
Go back on Tuesday.
Well, he may have said
he
that
said
in
it.
the moment.
He said
He
it.
may have said it, but I wish more than anything that he could know what he's become. I mean, that to me is my biggest regret with social media, is that he doesn't understand just how much he's loved and the impact that he's had
I've
on
said
so
that all
many
the
people.
time.
We tell him all the time.
And I said, look, this is what you did for me. And he said, no, I may have been here, but I opened
but
the
he
doors
doesn't
for you.
understand. He
Well,
doesn't
no, he
understand.
doesn't process it.
And that's
But in the moment, he
a
does.
sad. Yeah, in the moment, he knows he's talking to a lot of people, and he likes it.
He loves it.
But he doesn't understand just how much of an impact he's had. After he passes away, you'll get probably a lot less content. But you know, if you look at our channel, you know, every so many videos is not Grandpa, and you know, we do create some content. I do enjoy writing. I do enjoy, you know, a lot of other content creation.
The Kitchen Chronicles.
But
Hello.
you know, my dad is, you get what you get, you know. He is, while he's here, he's providing magic, and he makes my day. Making those videos for me, we bond, especially the new videos where I'm talking to him for 10 minutes, they're up on the tube. it's a good time for us, you know. I feel good doing it. I think it's good for him to go through the process. He is magic, and he comes out with magic that's blows me away half the time.
That's why I think he knows. Yeah. Yeah. The Kitchen Chronicles. Hello. Lisa said the Kitchen Chronicles are worth $10.
Which
I'm
are-
not even charging $10.
The Kitchen Chronicles. I mean, those are, you know, that's us.
You get us, right? So you get Dan's channel doesn't do us, right? Dan's channel just does his dad. My channels
That's absolutely
do.
not true. My
Dan's
channel
channel-
does poetry.
Dan's channel does poetry and ed.
Edgar, I heard Pedro's song before it got released.
Mine does Dan,
But I know
Ed,
that's what you're
me,
talking about.
and everything else. So I have a wide spectrum of what Danielle does. You take it personally if it forgets you. Today was a really hard thing for me.
Today was tough.
Dan does not, because he knows he's his son. He knows he's related. Today, when he couldn't place me, it was the first time in a long time that he did not. It took him a couple minutes to see me. And I had a little, oh no, that is horrible, right? So I think I'm gonna have a harder time with that.
Eric, I wish I did coaching. I wanted to coach
God,
Andrew's football.
I don't think
I would have
could
been
coach.
really tough as a football coach, though.
Save a horse or ride a donkey.
They wouldn't have let, you know. What? Roll that.
Lauren, I
Start
want
running. Start
Jill-
running until I say to stop.
Jill, are you here? Save a horse, ride a donkey.
Eric, I would love to coach. I'd
My
love
mom.
to be a wide receivers
Mother.
coach. Scott, I don't know exactly where my future is going. I don't know. Will when I'm stopped taking care of my dad? You got to realize that most of my day is taken up with taking care of my dad. I mean, even though if I may not be doing it every second, I have to be there every second. Whenever she's gone a lot during the day, she does her thing, she leaves, she goes. I'm there, and it eats
Or I'm
my,
out in the yard.
or she's out in the yard. That is the majority
Stop
of my
acting like I'm
time.
eating bonbons on the side.
You're taking, it's nothing to do with you. You just took it personally.
I did.
Which you got to stop doing.
Oh,
Because
God.
it's not directed at you. You don't have to
Okay,
get
Dan.
defensive over everything.
I do.
Most things are just out there. But once he's gone
Lauren,
and there's a
riding the
void,
donkey.
there's a void in my life, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, there's other things I'm working on, you know, maybe do more advertising, write more content, write more skits.
Diane, watch yourself.
There's a lot of possibilities for the future, and I don't know, and maybe I end up going back into law. I don't really know what I'm going to do when this ends, because it is all encompassing. It controls my life right now, dealing with him. So it's a great question.
Do you know where I can find one of those, Lisa? Right, Lauren? Right, the women. Woo! Nia's psych major. I know, my daughter's a psych major too. My daughter. And I was kind of a psych major, just child development psych.
Oh, Shelley, it's an adjustment. I mean, I'm watching, you know, there's been a couple of creators that have lost their person, right? Lisa's one, and you know, Josh lost his mom, and they're struggling to do, and they'll find their whatever it is they're going to do on or off social media. They'll figure it out, but it's a tough adjustment
I know.
for sure. Have a good night, Sel.
Not always, Lauren. Not always. What did you do with your law practice? It's still there. It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, I'm
Hi,
still.
Pam. How you doing?
I'm still paying to keep the office, but I have a secretary right now, and she's
Right,
not
Marianne.
doing great. She's having some health issues herself, so I'm keeping it open. Probably my office open for probably maybe a month or so, and then I'll just bring everything home. And I'll probably rent that office out to somebody else, and just if I'm going to practice law, I'll just do it from home and have just a few cases at a time. And if I go back that direction, but I may go in a different direction. There's a lot, you know, my dad's given me a lot of opportunities that I'm grateful for. So
we cannot put a baby monitor in his room. First of all, he would unplug everything. Everything in his room, there's
you
no
can't
pluggable
put anything on that makes noise or has lights.
lights.
They're gone.
It's gone. So no, you can't. There's nothing in his
Criminal
room
laws,
that's
what I mean.
plugged in because he unplugs it. Number one, and number two, we are 2 millimeters away from his room. 2 millimeters away.
Thank you for that, Milky Way.
Any strategies, tips for handling a situation like if your dad thinks he's a victim of something really gruesome and gets irritated when you try? It's really hard, Travis. You
He's
just gotta
been
do the
symptoms
best you
for
can.
about 12 years.
Try to redirect. Try to get him.
Living with us for the last about 4 years, starting with Mark.
Jenny Tran said she probably worked with you at some point in the last 20 years. Jenny, what do you do?
Your name sounds familiar. You send me an email and we'll figure it out. But
Woo. Were you ever at the roly poly?
no,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke.
I think I know who that might be.
She's a deputy sheriff.
Oh, she's sheriff?
Oh.
Then you probably definitely worked together.
Envy, I'm so sorry about that. That's got to be hard. Sweet dreams, Mateo. Sweet dreams.
Oh my God.
16. Gosh.
You know,
so young.
That is a traumatic event that you're probably still recovering from. I don't, very difficult.
She's at Amador County.
Oh, you're in Amador?
Hey, Tasha.
Is that Jackson out there? Is that Amador's Jackson? Because I've been, in fact, I know that one of the DAs out there actually worked in my office at the beginning of her career out there. And I believe if it's Jackson, if Amador County's Jackson, I'm good friends with one of your DAs out there.
So we don't sleep in shifts. Dan's up probably till about 1 in the morning. So I sleep really soundly until 1. And then now that the gate's up, I have 2 on. So 2 from 2 a.m. on. Because he's been dead at that time. Aloha, Joanne.
The redirection question is the debate that's been going on since our channel's been on. And yet redirection is great when you can do it. Use it because it is easy if it works. It doesn't always work for us.
I know, Chris.
Yeah, you're in Jackson. Yeah, I've been in Jackson. I've had a number of cases in Jackson. And Sherry, I won't say the last name, but Sherry, if you know Sherry, she lives not too far from me, and worked in my office when she was just getting started.
Galaxy, why are you up? No, it's mostly me manning YouTube. Thanks, Glenn.
I actually love going out to Jackson because it's such a relaxing drive for
He
me.
loves to drive. I hate driving.
And I drive out there with some.
Hi, TT.
I forget the street that the courthouse is on.
We have one son. Thanks, Joanne. I appreciate you. Ed's okay. He's had a tough day, so he's sitting.
He's
watching.
still up, which
still
is
up.
concerning for me.
He was up the other night till like 7:30.
He should be in bed. We don't push him to bed, but he should be getting tired real soon. Argonaut Drive. That's right. Because there was an Argonaut Elementary School, so Argonaut Drive, and it's close to a school too. There's a school as I'm coming up on the right side. I know Argonaut goes through to the other road.
Isn't In and Out right there?
I've never been hit with a contempt of court.
He's up.
But it is.
So it's funny when I'm falling asleep at night. Somebody asks, "Well, when do I sleep?" So I try to fall asleep, between 9 and 10. And when I'm starting to drift off, I'll read my book and I'll hit Dan. I'm like, "He's up. Go make sure."
Well, whenever you're ready for bed, you let me know.
Ugh, he's my side
I'll
piece.
bring you a little cookie,
Oh,
all right?
you're my side. I know, Callie. Where have you been? Hello from Dubai. How do you sleep through? I don't anymore. I used to sometimes, Lauren, I have to admit, I did sleep through some of the wandering. Or sometimes I would hear him and I could, just kind of, it's like having a toddler or an infant. You hear them cry and you just hope that eventually they make it back. And so sometimes the gate has really kept me from sleeping. The gate has really kept me from sleeping. So Dan's not bothering me anymore. like he was. It was like Grandpa and Ed, and now we're trying to get more of a routine because he knows how much I need sleep, and he wants me to be patient, and I haven't been patient. You know, we all have our moments, you know? I mean, I'm PMSing, like, and I'm just tired, and that affects you. It affects you. It affects you.
You have your wallet.
Lack of sleep affects you, especially when you need. I need at least 7 hours
Dad, I
of
think
sleep
your
a night.
wallet's in your back pocket.
And I'm exhausted, and I can't do everything all the time, you know? And sometimes it gets really overwhelming. And yeah, and then I rely on Dan. It's the truth. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and paint a picture that's just perfectly rosy and unicorns and sunshines and chocolates, because it's not. You know, people always yell at me for having patience, or I'm too short, or I'm too this. Yeah, sometimes I am short. But you don't realize what has happened or what has transpired before the video you get. So sometimes you get the curt Danielle, you get the short Danielle, you get the crabby Danielle, you get the nice Danielle. It just depends on the moment at which you are dealing with and what has led up to that. And people don't get that when they've dealt with it, or they say they've dealt with it, but they really haven't. It's moments of time that they do. I'm doing it 24/7. It's not perfect. And you can hate on me for that. I don't give a shit, but I'm still walking the walk every day, even when I don't want to do it. I'm still here. I may be more crabby. I may be more difficult, but I'm still giving him his basic necessities. And he loves me for that. So there you have it. So it's a ride or die, you know? It's a ride or die. And Dan appreciates me for every moment I give. You know, does he feel, you know, sometimes he feels more obligated because it's his dad and he steps up to the plate a little bit more? Or some days I'm like, look, I can't, or he hears my tone and he knows the differences between my tone. And he's like, okay, I got it. Relax, lady. And then I'm like, well, fuck you, but take care of your dad. Because it's not just, it's everything else that, it's not just Ed I'm dealing with, it's the whole package, right? It's the whole package. I was born in Nashville, Tennessee.
What's stopping us from putting him in long-term care?
Jesus.
There might be some CNAs or some people that work in long-term care that can answer that better than I can.
Actually, enough to bed again. Nicole.
Bernadette, loneliness is a terrible thing.
It's horrible.
And I know, I mean, COVID was ravaging for the elderly population, including my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I remember buying her a dog, getting into the pound and getting her a dog, and going through the
Cinnamon. Mark has.
Yeah, Mark now has the dog, but I brought my mom a dog during COVID because it was, we couldn't be there. You know, we could see her outside, but if you remember during those, how bad it was, and for older people, you know, it was like a death sentence potentially. So we were extremely careful, and she was very lonely during that entire COVID period. And you know, I think that helped her. That was when she was living in her own house. She wasn't living in independent living. She had no, you know, support. No. It was a rough time.
And you know,
so you do whatever you can do with loneliness.
And ultimately, being at home, despite our moods and our temperament, sometimes it's still the best place for them.
Oh yeah, we aren't perfect, but we're better than the alternative. Clearly not perfect. Don't always do the right thing.
Now, for those of you who can't do it, I always want to disclaimer out there. We get it. We understand it.
We could not have done this 10 years ago, right? When my kids were small,
no.
We couldn't have done it 10 years ago. There's no way.
There's no way.
I don't think I could do it if I was working full time. It would be such a stress on her. And when I would get home from work, I would probably wouldn't have the capacity to step in and take over. So it is really, really hard. The most important Supreme Court case is Marbury versus Madison.
Are you thinking?
No, someone asked what the most important Supreme Court case was.
Struggled on that, like, what?
No,
like
it was a, I think it was Chief Justice, I can't remember who the Chief Justice was, but maybe even the very first Chief Justice, and it basically established that the courts had control over what was constitutional. Oh, you're studying Constitution right now? So Marbury versus Madison, Thelma, is that the first case in your book? In your constitutional law book?
Fetchy, he was a podiatrist. Yeah. It's not for everybody.
No, and Natalie, it's not for everybody. If you can't do it, it's better
That's
not to do it. If you know your own limitations. Again, I couldn't have done it 10 years ago. I would have not been able to do it. Was it John Jay? I could have been John. I don't know who.
Can you tell me what that is?
It was an early court decision in the.
On what? What does it have to pertain to?
It had to pertain to, does the Supreme Court have the authority to, overrule laws based on the Constitution that Congress passes? And the courts came down, and the chief executive at the time, whether it was Washington or Adams or Jefferson, whoever was president at the time, complied, and that set the precedent, which has governed us for the last 250 years.
And you have your hands full.
What is
Dan,
the worst decision?
Hold on.
Citizens
really quick.
United?
Hold on. Kelly said, would you have your mom move in with you? I would love to have his mom move in with me. I tell her that all the time. She worries about where she's
My
going to
mom
go.
does not want to move in with her kids right now. My sister has a spot for her. I said I would always make a spot for her.
I would love to take care of Joanne. That is my thing. I am a caregiver, and I would love to have Joanne here, and I tell her that all the time, and she just kind of giggles and says, thank you, Danielle, but she's not there yet. But I would take care of her so well, I think she would be happy.
I will tell you, if we didn't have my dad, it would
She
be
would.
a lot more likely that we would have my mom. But putting them together for my mom is difficult, especially in his condition.
It's hard, you guys.
She's
It's
struggling
hard.
with her own physical limitations, and my dad's relentless with the repetitiveness, and it's more difficult if you're older and have a more difficult time dealing with it. Are you ready? Is that what you're looking at? She's all coming. Are we going on
No,
tonight? Just for a minute. Let's go on for a little while.
I worried. I'll tell you about it later. But no, I would love to take care of Joanna. I think she would be a blessing to me, honestly. And I would do anything for my husband. I mean, I would sacrifice. Just like if my parents are no longer living, and I know Dan would allow me to do the same thing for mine if they were still here.
Without question.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Family is family. And sometimes her family comes over and stays for a long time.
I've love you guys. I love
never had an
Joanne.
issue with
I
that.
love her stories. I love those. She's very respectful of me. She's careful of me. She defends me
Empty 66.
when needed.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.
It's very
I'm
amazing.
glad you get something from the channel, and it's often difficult for us to respond to every comment. It's not that we're ignoring them, and I'm sure we miss a lot of great comments from great viewers. It's just.
And honestly,
It is hard.
somebody called me a control freak earlier. I would love her to be here. I would love her to be here. Now, she has other
Moneymaker, thanks
but
for
I
the
would
laugh.
Oh,
Thanks for the laugh.
Moneymaker.
You're not getting IU.
Moneymaker, you're
You're
late.
not getting
You're
IU.
late.
I'm going to send you an email when we sign them.
But
it's going to open up. It's just going to be something.
But I literally told Rocky that. I said, Rocky, I think it's my nature. Like for Rocky, she's not there.
The
She's
West
like,
Virginia
I
sweatshirt is from a viewer.
don't want to do those things, But she's like, I said, she
Good
agreed
night, Andrea.
to me. She said, Danielle, I think you are. I think you're a true caregiver. She's like, what would you do if you didn't have grandpa? I'd probably watch her kids because that's what I do.
Yeah. Despite all the tone and all that, she is a wonderful nurturer. And she babied the shit out of our kids to their detriment, but she's a nurturer. That's what she does. She makes, Andrew's lunch. She does all that stuff. She takes care of my dad. She really does. I mean, all the tone stuff, man, she's there to make a lunch. She actually wants to do it. She wants to give him the shower. She
want
is
to
that
give him
way.
a shower. That's the control freak. At night, when he's waking me up, not so much the control freak. I'd rather Dan do that. But everything else throughout the day, when Dan's like, I'll give him a shower, I'm like, you give him the shower. And then I'm like, go sit in your chair. I got it. As mad as I am, I still do it. Because I know he gets the most benefit of me doing it. This is Dan. Like, I'm in the shower with Ed, and I'm like, all right, do this, do that, scrub his head. Dan's like 5 feet away with his shirt up, and he's got his hazmat.
I don't want that shit spraying
He's
back.
got his hazmat
I mean, you're
suit on.
cleaning out areas
I'm like
that you got spray
literally-
back.
I'm like
I got my
literally
shirt
in the
up.
shower with him. I'm getting sprayed by every little bit of morsel, flex, skin flex, whatever it is. And I'm in there, and Dan just giggles every time he goes, "Yep, there's Danielle giving Dad a shower. She's in with him."
But it's a different, you know, for me, it's like, I'm yelling.
He's yelling.
Spread them, Dad, spread them.
Yeah.
Turn around.
And he doesn't wash him. He doesn't touch him.
No, I tell him to do it. Get in there. Get that deeper. Get all in there. That's literally
He won't touch him.
what I'm telling him.
He's
Get in
out
there.
of the shower 5 feet away with the hose, you know, like this. Get your head! You know, and everything. And I'm in there and I'm doing the areas that I, you know, like I'm the mom, you know. Itch.
It's just different. We're different. And we both are effective. Both get them clean. You know,
But
I
I
dry
know-
them off. Like,
and then
I'm the
afterwards-
one who dries them off.
and
It's
then-
very, you know, very
You
sensitive.
don't dry him
very
out.
different. Bullshit,
dry
I
him.
know.
And then he does this when he sits down with me. He's like, he waits for his lotion and his oils now, and I put it on him, and then he just sits there. And then he's like, I put his socks on, I put his shoes on, I dress him. Dan's like, put your shirt on, put your shoes on, put your socks
That's
on.
not true.
I do
always
everything.
dress him. He can't really, you know, it's hard for him to get dressed. So one of the things that I do with the showers, I try and make it as easy on him as possible. You know, the water's warm, the water's comfortable. I
No,
try
I
and
don't
make sure
clean
the heat's on, so when he
everything.
gets out, he's not cold. I get him dried off. The first thing I do is put on his shirt so that he's warm. I mean, you do things.
Ask Dan if he puts
you
on
would do-
deodorant. No. Ask
No.
Dan if he puts lotion on.
No.
Ask Dan if he puts on, shaves them. No. Ask Dan if he clips his nails. He would if
Yes.
he had to.
I do.
Ask
clip his
Dan
nails.
if he puts on the cologne that I put
No,
on
I don't
after.
put smell on him. But I do clip his nails and do what he needs to have done.
Good night, Marianne. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do all of that.
So yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. You know, I see all the comments she gets, and I understand them because I watch the videos. But that's just a video. You know, like the Kitchen Chronicles. That's not really us. That's, you know, I'm not really like that in those videos, right? I'm playing for her little shtick. I don't have to leave all that shit out in the kitchen.
You don't have to.
I don't have to, and I don't always leave it out. But no, she's getting content out of it. I can just drop it and go. It's great. And they touch on real
Andrew,
issues,
bye-bye.
right?
Bye-bye.
Her videos touch on that does happen, just not to the extent that you see it in the videos.
You guys,
I'm not
this is-
that much of a slob. You can look at me, but I'm
Really?
not that much. It's like the way you make it out.
Really?
Really?
Really? Yeah. Oh, bull. You guys know. Look at him. His dimple's shining. Look at that dimple. You know he's pulling shit from that dimple. BS is when that dimple shows running his right side.
Why did I retire? I didn't retire to take care of my dad. I
BS.
retired because I had a freaking heart attack, and the lifestyle that I was living was going to kill me in 5 years.
Jesus.
That's why I retired. I mean, I take my job extremely seriously, which means
Emotional.
that I connect with all of my clients. So if they go to jail, I feel that. The day before I had my heart attack the day before a huge hearing where a guy was going to go to jail from between 2 and 5 years, depending on how I argued that day. I feel that. I internalize it. I can't build a wall between me and another human being. So it was not something I could continue to do. And as you get older, you know, when you're younger, it's easier to deal with that kind of stuff. But now that I know more and I know when something's right, something's not right, it may be in or out of my control, and I feel it. So I had to move on from the law because it was too difficult for me. I couldn't build a wall enough to insulate myself from, you know, the feelings and the reality of what happens to my clients. And when you're in criminal law, they're there because they've been arrested and there's evidence of a crime against them.
And I think when you're younger, you have a better, and some
I was less sensitive, you know.
Yeah.
Now
But
I
some
understand,
men
just,
can-
you know, the impact
some-
of sending someone to jail for 2 years. You know, they were in a DUI and they hurt somebody. They have a family, and they're going to go to prison for 2 years. It's a big deal, and it caught up with me. I had a lot of symptoms of my heart attack. I was just not feeling well. Whenever I went to Lake Tahoe because of the altitude or went on an airplane, I would get super nauseous and just not
Sick.
feel well.
Yeah. No
And
energy.
since the heart attack, I walk every single day. That first year, 10 months after my heart attack on my birthday, I walked 20 something miles and like 300 floors.
I mean, let's be real.
I changed my life
It's
completely.
also, it's stress and it's also everything else, right? And on top of everything. And so, yes, he's
Criminal law lawyer.
improved in so many other areas, but stress was the
And I
top
try
of
and
it all.
improve in every area. And taking care of my dad really changed my life. It just, you can't really experience or feel empathy unless you've been humbled or down and you're, seen life from a different perspective. And when you face death and when you face the mortality of your dad and things are uncertain, you retire from your job and then you have an uncertain economic future when you've been used to a particular future based on an income and practice for the last 20 years and then you have to stop. It's really difficult, and it's changed me in a lot of ways. I am much prouder of the person I am today than I was 5 years ago.
You had one stent.
I am much prouder of the person that I've become. I am a much better person than I was. And a lot of that was the heart attack, but a lot of that was my dad. And realizing when someone needs you, it's a big deal. And I'm responsible for that man.
And we go through those moments, like we said, self-discovery. And I talk about self-discovery
I
in my morning
exercise,
show.
I eat healthy, and I should be better with going to the doctor, but
And eating at night.
but
You should be better.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
But self-discovery, I mean, I lost 2 parents young, right? So when we talk about relationships and growing, right? Some of us, we start growing from the beginning, right? We're here, and then we kind of do this,
Chantel,
and then
you
we
can
might
come
do
back from
this,
a big
and then
heart
we do
attack.
this, and do this.
But you
through
got
the
to
whole time.
change. You got to change.
I lost parents early, so I got there a little bit earlier than Dan did. It's really weird. With the losing the
What? What are you looking at? I said nothing.
You were getting ready to say.
I was not. I didn't know what I was going to say. I'm not formulating anything. I was going to say something like, I was going to say you've had a lot. You've had the change, and
I had a change. I've
and
lost.
you know how I describe the change.
He hasn't lost.
I can
yet.
describe the change to you because I wrote it for a skit. You guys want to hear? So this is
I'm
the
so
change.
exhausted.
If you've heard the skit,
You can't
right,
even
but
talk it until you know it.
I can talk it. So the change is, this is how you would describe it to a young person. How do you
Triple
describe to a
bypass.
young person
Shit.
the change? And you could say, all right,
Oh,
you're
damn.
familiar with PMS. Everyone's familiar with that time of the month, right? So take
Stop it.
that time of the month.
Don't even.
And then-
Don't even.
So
Don't
I can't tell the story? Is that what you're
tell the
saying?
story, but gosh, I'm gonna have to bite my lip.
I mean, I'm
Go.
on here.
Go.
So you start with that time of the month, and then imagine that you got dirty clothes all over the room, the sink is full of dishes, and your wife comes in to bitch about it, and you ask her, did your best friend lose weight or something? Because she's looking really good. So imagine that, right? That all balled up into a ball, and then take that ball, throw it against the wall 2 or 3 times just to really piss her off,
Huh?
and then get the ball back.
What are you saying?
That's the change. That's what you're dealing with. That's the change.
What the fuck? What did you even say?
I don't know, but that's the change. That's what they're like. You have to understand PMS, and that's it. That's what the change is. That's who you're dealing with. That person. After all that stuff,
Thank you,
You know?
Danielle.
that's it.
What? Huh?
That's the change.
Your change.
No, I haven't changed.
I hate him and love him at the same time. I'm so lost too, Veronica. Women, it's his change. Thank you, Lauren. It's his change, not my change.
Changes.
Right. All the women are like,
David
Dan,
Bowie.
Dan, just, ooh.
That's the man's version of
And
change.
huh?
And I even left a lot out, you know.
Weird and thank you, Mary Kate. I'm lost. Look at all the women. Dan, you've lost all your women vote. You're gone.
I wrote that sober, by the way.
Are you sure?
It's comedy.
Of course, the men, Chris.
It is, of
Dan.
course. You know,
It's not
meant.
comedy.
It's not meant for like a book on menopause.
That's what you
It's
feel.
meant for like a skill.
That's what the man feels. And you wonder why when perimenopause hits and the man doesn't give me. Pause, stop. Yes.
I rest my case.
There you go.
There you go. And then the man's usually frustrated on top of that. So.
Love and marriage. Love
Did
and
someone
marriage.
say? Did someone bring that up? Ed O'Neill?
Goes together like a horse and carriage. If you want to die tonight, you better stop talking so you sleep tight.
What was her name? I forgot. What was his wife's name?
Peg Bundy.
But Peg, right? Peg.
Oh, God. I'm always right. I think so.
We know. We know.
You don't know.
Everybody knows that you think you're always
Every
right.
time we get off here, you're like, and you know you were wrong with A, B, C, and D. That's
not true.
That's what he says all the time. He is Al Bundy. He is the mixture between Al Bundy and Archie Bunker.
All right, and with that, it is time. We've been on for 111 minutes. Is that all right?
I don't even know.
Yeah, a long time.
And Grandpa's still up.
And Grandpa is still up, so I could put him to bed. If you want to stay on,
I'll
I
stay
could put
on.
him to bed. All
I don't
right.
care. I'm always right.
I'll get the
Women,
Grandpa.
come on. He's having fun though. Galaxy, we're all aliens.
Pop, you ready to brush your teeth? What? You ready to brush your teeth? Are you ready to brush your teeth? Are you tired? Are you tired? You're tired.
Oh, Daniel, I'm so tired. Wesley, Delaney, and Dylan. Those are my babies. My other babies.
That's what you ate for dessert.
Now, the people who like hate me and love Dan will be like, did you see what your wife did today? Did you see what your wife did today? So me and Roxanne got the same one. We matched. So we have like a friendship bond and a kid bond. Now, I'm going to tell you something. An Oreo with Cheese Whiz. Chris, are you kidding me?
Coco, move.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
Straight ahead. Coco, watch out. Good girl.
You guys
Good
know.
girl.
So I had, good night, Ed. So you guys know. So I had to do this, right? Because my kids were like upset. So he retouched it up. I went in there today and he was like, I don't like the way that looks, so we need to retouch it up. So he retouched that up today because he was like, it's fading a little bit. I don't like it. So me and Rocky got the same thing. You know how much my nuggets mean to me. So she sent it to all the friends and they're like, Auntie is a badass. Now I love those kids. I would die for those kids, right? The connection, I put them right by my mommy. Well, hold on, there's my mom. So I was struggling with where to put it, just so you know, because I was thinking I'm gonna put it on the back of my head, like on the back of my neck. And then I was like, no, you know what I wanna do? I wanna put by my mommy, because the connection between my mom and, so everything that I have is a connection, something that's really important to me. Those kids are really important to me. And I think it has to do with our story and the history and all the connections and all that stuff. And so Rocky and I had such an amazing day together. I mean, you know, she said, you know, it takes a woman, and I hate to say this, but it takes a woman to really keep that connection alive, right? Boys are just not that great. Josh would have never been that great. But if I didn't have Rocky in my life, if I didn't have Rocky pushing the relationship between me and her kids, it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be there. I'm struggling right now. No. My mom met all of my kids. I have to say, Angie, Andrew was 1.5 when she passed. She did get to see him, but he doesn't remember her. And, you know, so, you know, for Rocky, my role in her kid's life is so important, right? And most women are that role. And I'm struggling with the role that I have with my brother, my dad's son Matthew, and his wife. I have been trying things to keep, because you know, I'm a caregiver by nature, and I'm a family woman, and I want to be connected with all my people. And I'm just not getting. And I told Rocky, I said it's so hard because I have such a bond with Wesley, Delaney, and Dylan, right? I have such a bond with those kids. I mean, Wesley's like, Auntie, I mean, this little fucker knows, like, Auntie's not coming to my game. And the only time I don't go to his games is when his grandma's here. When her mom is here, I step away, right? Control freak. Tell me how hard that is, because I am a control freak. I step away so she can have that time with the kids, because I get them so much more. I get them so much more. I do that for her mom. And it's hard for me because I miss out. And the first time I didn't go to Wesley's game was 3 weeks ago. And he said, and his grandma was with him, and he said, Auntie's not gonna be here? Why is Auntie not gonna come? And I was so upset. You guys, I cried. I cried because I'm always there. I'm always there. And the fact that he didn't understand that, and I told Josh, I couldn't tell Rocky because she knows that I allow that space, because her mom's not here all the time. I told Josh, I said, you better tell your kid that I wasn't there because of his grandma, because it pains my heart, you know, because it makes me sad, because I don't want him to think I'm not there for him, because I'm supporting him if he plays 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or the whole game. God, you guys, and it hurt me when he was like, Auntie, you're not coming? I'm having a hard time because my brother's having a baby, and I'm not going to be as close. I'm not going to be as close because they're 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, I got them right there in my room. They're right in my room, 5 feet away.
And I want to be that pivotal person in their lives. Like, my auntie is always there for me because my mom would have been the same way. And so Rocky and I had such a good day today. You know, we bonded because we're bonded. And she appreciates everything. And she always says how important, you know, her friends know how important I am. But it took her, right? Because the men don't do it. I'm sorry, men, but you just don't make that connection the women do. No, I said, Josh, just so you know, I would never tell this to Rocky. But fuck her. Because I don't want. But I love that. And tomorrow, I'm going to be at his games. So he has a game at 10 and 1 tomorrow. I'm going, and Sunday I'll be there. And I'm there because that's what I do. That is what I do. Happy, sad, frustrated, irritated, pissed off, I'm there because that's who I am. And like I told Rocky today, I said, imagine if I didn't have Grandpa. Imagine if Grandpa didn't come into my life. What would I be doing? I'd probably take care of your kids. And she's like, damn it. All the money I would save. But that's just me. I'm that caregiver by heart. I want to be there for my family. I want to show them love because that's what I was taught. That's what I was taught. Oh, you're back?
I'm back.
Oh,
Are you ready, or you want to? What are you
no,
gonna
I'm
do?
talking.
Go ahead.
It
Keep
makes my heart
talking.
happy. It makes my heart happy. I love my family. I love Ed. I love his mom. I would take care of his mom and her.
What's going on here?
It's my fur.
Heather, what?
What's really?
I don't want to know your bird.
Oh, but you look. What's going on?
Keep
We're
talking.
just
Keep talking.
I know.
All right, I'm
You
listening.
work in a psych ward. I get it. Is that a good thing to say? I work in a psych ward. I get it. Chantel, is that supposed to be support and enlifting? I don't know. I'm getting mushy. I am.
I'm going up to Oregon. In a
He's
short
leaving
while.
next week.
Is it next week?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And you go see Mount St. Helens up in Washington.
Today I went and I bought, my daughter has been bugging me for a week to buy her new shoes for her. I don't even know how the next weekend's gonna work because I have Ed, he's gone. Hannah's running a marathon. She wants her mom there. And I'm like, I have Ed. What are we gonna do? Shit. And so today she's been bugging me. Go pick up my shoes. She wants to run in new shoes. She's like, Mom, these shoes don't affect me. So I went today and I bought her shoes. I bought her all her fuel. She just wanted me to do that, so I paid for it. You know what I mean? She's like, Mom, can you get those for me? Yeah. Mike, can Mark help? So I was willing, because she wants me to spend the night with her in Santa Rosa before the marathon. And so I was hoping that, but I can't because cinnamon just pisses everywhere. I can't do it, you guys. I'm so tired of cleaning. It's control freak, whatever, but cinnamon is not healthy to be here. Andrew's like, Mom, I'd rather do it without Mark. So I think Andrew's gonna do it. I'm still just hoping for a miracle. Jennifer was supposed to run with Hannah. Jennifer hasn't trained because she's in law school, she's working full time. Like, let's be real, she doesn't really have the capacity to train for a marathon. Hannah's been running 16 miles, 17 miles. She's been training. So I'm just hoping Andrew's gonna step up to the plate. I'm hoping Mark can come take him out to lunch, kind of relieve Andrew for a couple of hours and bring him back and maybe shower him for him, and then I can come back on Sunday. Dan gets back on Sunday. I'm hoping that's my grand scheme of things, but I'm stressing out. I'm stressing out. You guys, this is the biggest stress of me. Hannah's guilting me because Hannah's like, Mom, I want you there. I just want you there. I want you there to be there for me. I want to be with you the night before. I want to be with you. And I kind of fucked up. It was my bad because Lisa Ramsey's, Lisa, if you're still here, I forgot your birthday, but I forgot the marathon day, right? I forgot the marathon day. So Hannah's like, Mom, we'll tell Dad to cancel his trip. And I said, I planned his trip because I thought I forgot. I thought her marathon was the weekend. And Jennifer's like, Mom, I'm only going to run probably for a couple miles with her. I'm not prepared to run, a full marathon. God. So I'm in a very conflicted state right now. So I picked up her shoes. I picked up all of her fuel for the run. I kind of fucked my neighbor. I'm very insecure about that because she texted me today. She works for Fleet Feet. It's a long story, but the guy gave me her discount, which I was just looking for the friends and family, and there was like some big ordeal. So I was like, Brittany, I don't want you to be upset, but he gave me your discount, which was so much better. So I don't know, you guys, I'm so conflicted because I feel like I need to be here, but then Hannah's guilting me into wanting to be. I can't hire a nurse for 2 days. Are you kidding me? I would never do that to Ed. I can never do that to Ed. Andrew's like, Mom, I got it. It's fine. I got it. Andrew, I got it. If Mark can give me a couple hours break, I got it. I mean, come on. What a badass son is that? No, I can't, Kelly. Josh has kids. They're in soccer. I would never ask Josh to do that. Andrew's like, Mom, I got it. It's fine. Tell Mark to come and get him for lunch and take him for a drive. I'll deal with the other stuff. So Andrew's like, I got it. You do so much for me. And that's what he said. You do so much for me. You pay for my stuff right now, then I'm not working. I will handle Grandpa on the days you can't. But I still feel bad, right? Because I know how many times he wakes up. I know how many times, like what a big ordeal it is. But I gotta let it go, right? I gotta let it go. Mark, I'm gonna tell Mark, come pick him up on Saturday, take him for a couple hours, take him to eat, take him to do those things. I'll make sure Andrew has food to give him. Sunday morning, he'll wake up, I'll have Mark pick him up again for lunch and do all that stuff, and then I'll be there. You guys, that now is a control freak. That is because I want to make everybody happy. I want to make everybody, but I can't do it all. I can't do it all. And I gotta let things go, right? And I trust my son. I trust my son. I think my son is a badass. Like, people are like, oh, you're enabling him. I've said, but when he needs to step up to the plate, he steps up to the plate. Mom, I got it. Don't worry. I've got it. I'll call you. I'll call Mark, you know. So, and Hannah's like, Mom, how often do I come into town? And you're not going to come with me? I want you there at the sidelines. So she called Rocky and she's like, hey, Rocky, since my mom is bitching about not being there, can you come with Dylan? And Rocky's like, no, I'm not bringing Dylan. I can bring Delaney. No, I know. And in the last time, these are my plagues, right? These are the things that affect me so intensely as a mom. My black soul, right? Can you believe that my black soul is this bitter? And so she's like, Mom, it's my first marathon. Jennifer's not running it. She flaked on her, right? So Jennifer's like, I'll run a couple miles and then you need to pick me up. Her best friend, her roommate is coming with her. So she's like, you and Alex can it's just the whole thing. And I fucked up in the whole planning of the trip. I can't remember anything these days, you guys. Calendars, whatever, I fuck up. So now I've got to figure it out. So no, he can't go to Mark's. We refuse, only because he is so much happier in one place, and to throw him into another place is so difficult. So as long as he can be here, Andrew's got it. 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 I'll be available. Mark will be available, just in case there's any emergencies. But the gate's there. So I kind of need to let things go sometimes. It's really hard for me to let it go, but I'm going to let it go. I think. I hope. So I'm struggling. It's been really stressful. Rocky's like, well, just say no. Just tell her no. I can't do that to my kids. I can't do that for anybody. I have a problem with letting go because I want to be there for Ed. I want to be there for Hannah. I want to be there for everybody. For Dan, because I'm allowing him, maybe that's not the word for it, but I'm giving him the grace to go away and I'll handle his dad. We can't give him and ship him over to somebody else's house. It's not good for Ed either. We're at a different place in his progression. It's good for him to be here. Selfish, really? Yeah, it's selfish. That's selfish. Is it selfish of me to want to be there for everybody? Yeah, I guess so. Call me selfish, call me what you want to. But it's one night. It's one night out of 3. I think it's pretty selfless. Thanks, Drake. I appreciate that. It's my obligation to my family, Travis, because I hold my job very near and dear to my heart. And so as that person that takes care of everybody, I put myself in these predicaments to where I'm really struggling. Man, you guys, I mean, Andrew's got it. I mean, Andrew's a good soul. He's up, he'll be up, he's up all night. And he told me, Mom, I've got it. It's fine. I'd rather me do it by myself. It's more stress when somebody else is here. So I'm going to trust him. And I'm going to go with Jennifer and Hannah and have that time with my girls and see my daughter cross that finish line. You guys, she's never ran a marathon. This is her first marathon. Her and Jennifer have ran a half, and they killed it. Jennifer was supposed to train for the full. She did not. So Jennifer will be there as well, but Hannah's going to do it, and I'm going to be there for her. I have to. And that's a huge accomplishment. I just bought her like $30 worth of foods to get her through. She's doing a marathon in Santa Rosa. Yeah, in Santa Rosa, so about 2 hours away. Yeah, so I'm going to be stressed. Needless to say, if I was there, I'm going to be stressed. And if I was home, I'd be stressed because I want to be there for my kid. And hi, Colin. And she wants me to be there to see her cross that finish line. She wants her mama there. She wants her family there. How do I disappoint? What do I do? I don't know. I fucked up. And I told her that. I said, Hannah, I fucked up. I didn't make excuses. I said, I fucked up, right? I can never win for losing, 100%. And that's what I said, Kim. I said, I'll have Mark be on standby. He'll have his phone if anything, God forbid, happen. I can't disappoint. You know, I feel like I'm disappointing Ed. I feel like I'm disappointing Dan. I feel like if I don't go, I'm disappointing my daughter. Those are the things I plague myself with. My black soul plagues myself with those things. Now, I told Dan, I said, we got this. Don't worry about it. You enjoy your trip. Mark will be on standby. I've got Ed the first 2 nights. We've got it. We've got it. They will be fine. They will be fine. And I'm really trying to trust him with it. But this is the control aspect of me that I need to be everywhere and everywhere. I can't. I can't be everything that everybody. He can do it. And he tells me Chris all the time. He says, Mom, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know, most of the times I can't believe he can wipe his own ass, but he says, with Grandpa. And the last time we went away in Vegas, Andrew had it. Andrew came through. Is it compassion? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's a little bit of everything. I'm not doing respite home care. Are you kidding me, Chad? He would die. I mean, and I'm not having that on my soul. Because really, if it came down to it and it was going to be my decision, it would be my decision because nobody else would be able to step up to the plate to put him in that. It would be me. Do you think I want that on my soul? Do you think I would want that on my soul? No. Not at all. I don't. I love that man today. 10 years ago, I couldn't say the same thing. Today, I love him, and I worry about him, and I worry about the care that he gets, and I worry that he doesn't get the care that I give. Believe it or not, for you trolls in the back, yeah, it's me. It's me. I was not a caregiver for a career, no. You know what they say? They say the people who are the biggest enablers and the people who are the biggest caregivers in the current state are the kids who struggled for finding love and needing love. And then in their lifetime, in their older lives, they are the person they are because of their lack of love that they received or they needed. I am who I am today because of how I was raised. I'm a natural, true caregiver. And I told Rocky that today. She goes, Danielle, I give you more credit than I couldn't do what you're doing today. For me and Josh, I want that time after my kids go away. I want that time to come back to my husband. And I said, that's not me. That's not me. I will be here and I will be taking care of somebody probably till the day I die. If it's not Ed, it's not Joanne, it's not my grandkids, it's not my nieces and nephews. It's going to be somebody until the day I die because that's my passion. Oh, Kim, I know. I don't know. If I had to put Ed, today I can't tell you, nobody understands the hurt I had today unless you've been there. Unless you have been there. But when he took 2, 3, 4 minutes to recognize who I was, he's always known who I was. He has always known who I was. Today hurt me. Today I felt that first moment of rejection. that first moment of like, oh shit, this is what could happen, and this is what will happen, right? Dan is used to it, everybody else is used to it, I'm not used to that. It took me, it changed my behavior, right? And Dan came in because I was really upset, and I was yelling at Ed because he was, lost, and not the right thing to do, but it happened. I can't change my feelings. My feelings are valid. My reactions are not valid, but they were reactive because I was hurt. I was already hurting. And then that hurt me. That hurt me. And he said, and he looked at me in my eyes, and he said, "You're my sister." I sat there and I was like, and normally he gets it really quick, and he's like, "No, Danielle." And he said, "Are you my," he kept saying, "Are you my daughter?" "No, you're my sister." And I was lost for words. I was in my bed and I just wanted to scream and say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was fucking speechless. It's never happened to me. Dan said, "Don't you know who that is?" I said, "Yeah, my sister." "No, that's Danielle." "No, it's not Danielle. It's my sister." And then eventually he said, "Oh, Danielle, how are you doing?" But it took a long time. That hurt me. If anything, that's gonna kill me. Can you come and sit down? I'm gonna come.
Aren't you done yet?
No, I'm talking to my friends.
Danielle, it's about time.
Oh, Dan wants me to get off. No, I don't ask him questions. I didn't. I just sat silent.
What?
I'm getting the judgy eyes.
I'm
Judgy
saying you've been
eyes.
on for
They're watching
137
you.
minutes.
They make up.
137 minutes.
Okay, good pee.
All right, go pee. I'm getting off TikTok here. Are you gonna stay on?
No, I'll leave if you want to leave, but let me pee first before I say goodbye. Jeez Louise. We got the time police over here.
Time police. I know she's having therapy, but eventually if you sit here and drink wine and you're talking to 1,000 or 1,500 people, eventually you just gotta watch yourself on social media. It's self-policing, right? Just want to be I probably just screwed that up by doing this, but I mean, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Hey there, Coco. Drake, are you trying to get me to sing Piano Man? I mean, you almost got me. This is my first reaction when I see that, is to burst out in song. My dad was similar to what you would imagine from seeing him now. That's the way he's been. He was not, overly dramatic, or, he was not an authoritarian. He pretty much let you, as long as you were doing all right, he let you do your own thing.
Daddy says I need to go now.
Well, it's
Me
also time to
drinking
go.
wine and everything, I can only partake in so much time before everybody gets bored of me. So I must go because my dad says it's time. I don't have a dad. My dad's been dead for 16 years, but apparently my husband is now my
You can
father.
call me Daddy.
Not tonight now, you pissed me
Well,
off.
I'm sure that I just screwed tonight up, but
You did.
still,
You
it's
did.
time. I mean,
You
it's
did.
time. We've been on for a long time. You've been on for a long time, and you were on 2 hours this morning. Anyway, I don't know
I
why
wasn't
you
on
threw me.
2 hours
All
this
right.
morning.
So
Anyway, we gotta go. Daddy says bye. So I'll see you early in the morning because I got to be at a soccer game at 10 a.m. So Mama
Thanks
will
for
see
hanging
you
out.
early. Thanks for hanging.
Appreciate
And
it,
sorry that
appreciate it.
Daddy has taken me away from you. But Daddy, I guess, has all to say so.
Call me crazy.
Bye. Dan
Have a
wants to
good
get
night.
frisky. Dan always wants to get frisky. See you guys tomorrow. Can I have that fake smile? It's just a couple minutes more.
What? Now, we just had to get rid of TikTok. Now we're good. I just had to get her off my account because I'm in there going, when is she going to get me shut down? I know she's going to. I know it's coming.
Danielle has
Someone's
to
going
have
to say
it.
something. I saw a comment in here and I'm going, God,
I didn't
don't,
even look at them. I
don't,
didn't even look
don't.
at them.
And she didn't see it.
I
thank
didn't.
God.
No, I didn't want to look. It wasn't the time.
But you were,
But
you're gonna,
don't
in
look
like
at
15, in 20 minutes, I don't know where you're going to be.
does it matter?
It matters when you're talking to a shit ton of people.
Did you see Dan smile? That's like the uncomfortable, like, okay, good night, guys.
I'm looking out for you. I'm
Don't
not.
look out
I'm not
for me.
being anything but just trying to look out for your best interest. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I have no
Were you
double
like,
agenda.
really need your
I'm
best
not
interest?
controlling. I don't.
You're
I don't
not?
care what
You're
you're going to
just
get up
telling
here
me-
and you're going to go just get on Zoom. It's not like I'm going to get you.
No, but you
I'm just saying,
I think
you
he
are.
was worried about his account. Is really what was happening.
I'm worried because if I stopped drinking, if I kept going, eventually I'm gonna get smashed or sassed or whatever. I'm
There's
enough
no
trouble
other
sober
smells.
than I.
There's no other smells coming from him, but he stops drinking and then what? Interesting.
That's why I'm very relaxed.
That's why he's like, let me get my wife off. She's drinking too much, and well, I don't want her to banish my
You can't
account.
give
like she
everyone
is.
else all your energy and attention and come back and just be dead. I'm exhausted. I spent all day on social media, taking care of your dad. I made your dinner. I was on live for 3 hours. Leave me alone.
Welcome to the Ferns.
The Fern Place. Ta-da!
Smile. Can you see the fake smile? Do it again.
This is. I don't have a
No,
fake
dude,
smile.
and it was so fake. We
I
were like-
can't
because
do
you
a
were
fake
waiting
smile.
for me
It's
to
not
log
in
off,
me.
and you were like this.
I mean, when I was looking at you, I'm trying to say, it's time. Honey, it's
Do it
time.
again.
I was hoping you'd go, all right, it's time
And
to
then
get
he
up.
wanted
but
me to
yeah.
hit it, and then he was just sitting there. It's always, you always know because it's a dimple.
I don't have
Right
a
there.
dimple.
He does. Anyway, all right. Daddy says I gotta go. I gotta go eat or something. Anyhow, love you guys. I'll see you in the morning, probably early morning because I gotta get up at 10. No, I gotta be at the game at 10, which means I gotta leave at 9, which means I gotta be on at 6. I got a lot going on tomorrow. And I have drank, but Friday, YOLO. See, how many whiskeys have you had? Any? Don't make me feel bad. No, he always wants to have sexy time. Drink. This guy. He had 3 Michelob Ultras and Firm. I mean, what the hell is he critiquing me for? It's frustrating. Did you see? Hi, Ames. How's Dennis? Did you see the look he gave me? He looked at my glass. I used the aerator. 5, 4, or 5. I use the aerator, so that helps with the oxicity. Yeah, so whatever. Can I not have any fun? Am I not allowed to talk to my friends on a night and have some wine and enjoy? Will I be hurting tomorrow? Probably. So, I've got my kids right here. I would love to go to the casino. My kids, he redid that today because he didn't like it. He saw it. He was like, gotta redo it. My mamacita, and then my babies. All the important people. With this, I'm not flipping you guys off, but these are that B is for my Behar, my maiden name, my brothers, my dad. So everybody I love, all my family, right here. It's a reminder. Well, sometimes though, they piss me off. Jennifer just sent me a view of her bank account with what her law school's counting, so it was like probably a double negative. Hannah, well, she's always a pain in the ass. She just sent me her bill for her college. And Andrew, well, he's a drain right now. So far these three are not a drain, and my mom's a drain in my heart. So my brothers, I'm pissed off at one. I'm actually pissed off at two, because when my son called me to tell me he was crying about my daddy with my cousin Adam, who loved my daddy, he called my brother Mikey, who, by the way, has not called me back. So I'm going to give him a message tonight, because I send him a video recording of myself once a week. I try to, and say, hello, this is your sister, just in case you forgot her. I love you. I miss you. And I need you. And fuck you. So Mikey's going to get the fuck you. Matthew, who's having the baby, is pissing me off altogether. But we won't go there. I'll still leave them a message tonight. That's from the Bear family. Fuck them. Yeah, they're pissing me off tonight. So Adam literally left tonight when he was talking to my brother Mikey. And I was like, Andrew's crying about my dad. And I was like, bruh, where did Adam go? Where's Adam? My cousin. And he said, oh, he's talking to Mikey. I said, Mikey? Now, Mikey and I are like twins. We feel each other's pain. Like, we know. Like, when we're each in turmoil, we like send messages and shit. And he was talking to Mikey, who has not responded to my video I sent him over a week ago. Sisters pissed. Sisters pissed. Now, I expect that shit from Matthew, but not from Mikey. And I'm pouring more wine. I'm going to be hungover tomorrow. That's fine. But look at this new aerator, you guys. This is the aerator I showed on TikTok. Look at this fucker. It aerates. Look, it's aerating right now and pouring at the same time. I mean, isn't that not badass? Yeah. Anyhow, so I'm upset. I'm sad. I got a lot of shit I'm dealing with right now. So I got the Vino to help me through it. Vino. So for all you guys that call me a drunk, well, call me what you will. I'm still a badass bitch that gets shit done. So anyhow, I'm going to leave that nasty message from my brothers right now. There you have it. I'll try to get on really early tomorrow morning. Probably 6 o'clock my time, which is, gosh, 6, 7, 8, 9 for some of you, 8 for some of you.
All right.
But I'm going to try to be on super early because I got to get to Wesley's game. But I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Power to the badass bitches that are out there. And fuck the men that we have to support.
What does Dr. Orr say?
Chicken.
Now go take care of your man. Or does she say,
Woo!
or does she say,
Woo!
now go do the right thing?
You stink!
That, like, we're going to steal Dr. Laura's,
No,
now
you
go do the right
stink.
thing.
I can't do it when he stinks. Chicken. I'm eating chicken. Am I eating something?
What?
What's
You want that? You
No,
want
I
a
don't
tuna
want
sandwich? I got the Vietnamese.
No. You eat the tuna, I'll eat the Vietnamese.
All right, all right. Hop on off. You can have.
C needs chicken too. C, come over. I'll feed you. Get Uber over here, and I got you. Anyhow, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Kisses. Dan Steaks. Woo! Too much outside activity. There you have it. And he's worried about my wine. Fuck that shit. I'll be there. All right. See ya. I expect you at 8:30. There you have it. See you tomorrow. Love you. 8 hours. Nope. Bye.